Ontario keep themselves very much part of the picture. It was an important extra end win last night for Scott McDonald. Now Ontario are in another must-win situation to keep their playoff hopes alive. Brendan Bottcher knows all about must-win games. Last Friday in the win and you're in wildcard game, he came out on top. A win today will clinch their spot in the playoffs. Wildcard, Ontario, the Brier continues. There's this hint of spring here in Brandon today. Temperature just below freezing and bright sunny skies. As we continue on this final day of round robin play, let's get you caught up what happened last evening. Northern Ontario against Ontario. Brad Jacobs from Sault Ste. Marie, Scott McDonald and his team out of Kingston. And McDonald had an early lead, 5-1 at the break. Jacobs chipped away, forced to go to an extra, and then those tip shots to open up the path for McDonald leads to him drawing for the winning point, and that's a big win for McDonald as it keeps him alive and hands Jacobs his first loss. Also on the ice, Alberta against Manitoba. Kevin Cooey playing Mike McEwen. Must win for Manitoba. They can't afford a fifth. And then here, it's this quiet tap for 2 for Alberta, and that will eliminate now Manitoba 6-5. Your final. 2 other games, Team Canada. Brad Gushue looking better all the time, trying to make it 3 straight wins over Saskatchewan, and Team Wildcard by 5 over BC. So this is what we know. Each team has 2 games remaining. Final day, 2 draws. Alberta is through. That we know. The others still alive down to Ontario. What we have to keep a mind on today, Wildcard win, they're in. Ontario must win to keep themselves alive. As on this Friday afternoon, we say hello, Canada. Welcome back to Brandon. Cheryl Russ alongside. So Ontario was one of 4 teams that went into this championship round with 3 losses. They are the only team still alive. They're still on the island.
And it's the aggressive style that's allowing them to hang in there against these top teams. It's the only way you're going to beat them, put some pressure on them. That's what they do, rocks all over the place. No better example than N1. They went right after Northern Ontario, N1, forced them to a tough draw, stole 2. And then once they're ahead, as you mentioned earlier, they're making all those tick shots. That makes life a lot easier for their skip.
So you've got Wildcard and Brendan Bottcher coming off that loss. They are 7-2, but probably feeling a little bit better about themselves.
Oh, they have to. I think they should play like they're an 8-1 team. That was a difficult loss against Alberta. They had control of the game, but you focus on this one now, and it's about that Ontario offense. You don't want to get lulled into that style of play. But Brendan's methodical. He's a great strategist. Play like you know exactly what you're going to do out there every end. You don't want to drop this game and have to play Team Canada tonight in a must-win situation.
So that is our featured game on this Friday afternoon. Ontario in a must-win to keep their Brier hopes alive. They're down by 1. Do they have the win in this last rock? McDonald, bang, and away it goes. For the 2, Ontario will move on. Looking for the double, gets 1, come across. Are you going to kick it? Enough, and yes, out it goes. Not a lick, 1. Oh, and he split it around, avoids the jam, and they are sitting 1, 2, 3.
The 2019 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of curling Canada. The 2019 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Pioneer Hybrid, serving Canadian farmers for over 70 years. By World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. And by New Holland, #TogetherBlue.
Every skip will say to you, just let me play a big game. Well, it's a big game for both these two. Ontario must win to stay alive. Bottcher wins, they're in. Let's meet the teams now, brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. Team Ontario under the Cataraqui Golf and Country Club in Kingston, skipped by Scott McDonald with Scott Chadwick, Wes Forget, and Jonathan Buke. Team Wildcard, Brendan Bottcher, Saville Community Sports Centre in Edmonton, skipped by 26-year-old Brendan Bottcher with Carrick Martin, Brad Thiessen, and Darren Moulding. Well, it's always the dead giveaway, isn't it? First guy out with the brush down, that's Ontario, that's Scott McDonald. He'll play the Redstones. Team Wildcard won the draw to the buttons, so they will have the hammer. They'll have the last rock playing the yellow, and to get us underway. He was a key in that extra end win last night with those tick shots. This is the Ontario lead, Scott Chadwick.
Yeah, he made both in the 10th end too, and set up an opportunity that didn't quite work out. But hammer has to be huge, you would think. But look what happened last night. Scott McDonald lost the last rock advantage, stole a 2 on Northern Ontario.
Well, and against a team, Northern Ontario, I think they'd given up one stolen end all week.
Until then, yeah.
It was unbelievable, the steals that Ontario has generated this week.
Line's good.
I love the fact they don't play afraid. They're just out there. They're playing their style, their game. I think they went away from it a little bit earlier in the week, and they had a couple losses. And now they've gone back to what they're comfortable with.
Top 8. No, line's good. Line's good.
Top 8.
It's Brad's. It's Brad's. It's Brad's.
Gotta go. Come on, guys. Get it.
So center line guard goes up and around they go, Team Wildcard. Let's check the keys to the game now, and we will start with Ontario.
Well, to Cheryl's point, stay aggressive. In a big game like this, the tendency is just to be a little more conservative. You know it's basically win or go home, so you get very defensive. They cannot do that. That's the only way they can win is stay aggressive. And remember last year, psychologically, they're rookies here, but so was John Epping last year. He ended up in the playoffs.
Did you see him? He was reading along with you.
That's right.
And then he shook you off. He's going, no, it's not what that. What are you saying?
Hard! Hard! Hard!
Sneak it by. Not quite. So they'll split off. One will end up over in the corner. The other one goes through. Now the keys to the game for Team Wildcard.
Well, I think you need to steal Ontario's thunder. Wildcard allowed no steals yesterday and only 5 this week. But you have to watch this Ontario team. And then hammer. Wildcard team is second in the field, scoring multiple points with the hammer. So 50% of the time they do so. Second only to Northern Ontario, who scores multiples with hammer 60% of the time. So great numbers.
It's hammer time. Can't touch this. Brought to you by Purex Bathroom Tissues, soft and absorbent for over 95 years.
It's going to be in my head the entire game now.
There you go.
Great song.
And they'll draw it in. I'm trying to remember what game it was where somebody was playing. They couldn't hit it to save their life, and we said that you can't touch that. And it stayed with us for years now.
Yeah, that's what's disturbing. Years.
Yeah.
Firm. Yep. Whoa. Up normal. Yep. Whoa. 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 Close.
Well, the key too here is, and we have to remember that Ontario, with those tick shots, will only use them, of course, when they have last rock. So it was a little odd yesterday against Northern Ontario. They never played them. Ontario just put so much pressure on Jacobs, and he couldn't respond.
No, and he couldn't. It was interesting, and I think Ontario kind of set Jacobs' team a little bit back. They didn't know what to expect. They haven't played them often, and I think that's what you get as a team coming in here, that maybe you don't see these teams all the time on tour and at all the big events. They're unpredictable. You're not playing by rote, and other teams can't. They don't really know how to respond at times.
Only met once this year. That was in a very early event in Toronto.
Good shot.
Sort of a season opener. This Ontario team, as we've told you over the course of the week, went very hard to start the season. They wanted to find out if, in fact, all these 4 could mesh. And it's a 4 that really Scott McDonald says he's been looking for. He's looking for 4 guys, 3 others, that would show the same commitment. And he's been looking for this since he came out of juniors. So that's about 11, 12 years ago.
Well, and it's hard for many of these teams. I mean, you had to find 3 other guys that would play 80 games with you this year. That would pretty much take their life off to curl. It's a big commitment. It's hard to find.
And if it doesn't work out financially, too.
Yep.
Trying to hit about a half with medium.
Yeah.
I was very impressed with this Brendan Bottcher team after they lost that game to Cooey. You know, I don't think there's many other skips that would have made that shot, first of all, that Cooey made to win that game in the end. So I think you got to look at that. You outplayed Alberta in that game. Should have won it. I think the blessing was they didn't have a lot of time to mull it over. They had to go right back out and play.
Well, one way you describe Bottcher is measured, very analytical, as we say. Good afternoon, Kathy Gauthier. And in a sense, that's what Ontario may use against Team Wildcard.
Well, for sure. Scott McDonald said before the game that he knows that the Bottcher team is heavy into analytics and take calculated risks. And so their approach is going to be very stingy in presenting opportunities to score some big points. He also said last night's win was really huge for their team, not just in beating Brad Jacobs and playing well, but he said it was about 2010, 2011 when Jacobs went from being a good team to a great team by doing a number of behind-the-scenes things. He said his team has done those this year, and at the end of this, even if they don't make the Final Four, he wants to be a part of the conversation.
Well, certainly he's part of the conversation here in Brandon, and it's process. Their coach has said to me time and time again this week, Sean Turriff, we talked about they have a schedule. And, you know, it's not ironclad. Nobody knocks on room doors to find you're in there, but eat at a certain time. You need 8 hours of sleep before your game. We have conversations before games about game plan. We talk about, we debrief after. So it's a process for them. Is this an important game? Yes. Do they want to think about the importance of the game, Russ? No, they don't.
Right, yeah, and it's the old cliche, one shot at a time. But all these teams are now getting so much smarter at the rest and the recovery and the nutrition. And it's a long, long week.
There is Sean Turriff. Jeff Grant is their alternate. He's the coach at Humber College, has been coaching many years. Do appreciate his time with us and everybody's time with myself, Kathy, Russ, and Cheryl. Always able to give us a word or two.
Well, they're going to have to even be for Ontario a little bit more aware. You know, we talked about it already, an 80-game schedule on tour, a very long provincials where they went through undefeated. Now you're in the Brier. It's a long week. You got to watch for those dips, and I think the routines allow you to get the best performance you can. They're what reminds you to perform. Performance routines on the ice and off ice.
What a brilliant come around by
Can't hurt this for weight.
Team Wildcard here. I don't know how you get shot rock here unless you go right around, and it's not going that far.
Bounce off this.
And it's going to die.
That's it.
Whoops.
Oh, boy.
So they've really got that covered now.
And you can't see enough of that outside red to even slash it into the yellow. And now it's hooked.
All three of them have ruined all three of them, haven't they? There's no raises.
Give us a hair more.
So they're going to go the other route, the other side, are they, Russ?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm just saying, why would you try? You just put one there. Why can't you hook another one in?
He's right, because it's in theory a guaranteed deuce here. Molding puts it in play. You hit twice because Ontario has to, and you get your two. So that they'd be quite happy with that. So it's not wrong at all. But I think it's a chance to get three.
Line's good. Line's good.
Especially as much as those are staggered and overlapping and hooked on each other.
Good sweep. 14-8.
Yeah, the danger is you maybe Darren's a hair light and they loop around everything. You have to respect this Ontario's ability to draw.
Well, we've watched Scott McDonald make freezes and come-arounds. That's his strength, so maybe that's their awareness.
I think I would have rolled the dice in the first end, but you could come up empty, couldn't you? You could end up with a 4-1, and so 2 would be pretty nice.
And Brendan is, I think, Darren. That's what Darren brings. Darren will be the one eventually that says, "Let's take this chance. Let's kind of try to set up for 3." But Brendan won't be the one to initiate that.
Well, like you said, analytical. He's 2 up with 9 ends to go. He probably knows what those odds are.
Oh, he would know them, all of them.
The only concern might be, could be, possibly, is the despite the wins, the last three. His performance has fallen. 81, then 81 again, 78, and 78 last night was his low of the week, Cheryl. I don't know if that raises a flag for you.
Well, it could be a little bit. I mean, he played Northern Ontario last night, a tough team that pushed them back. The last half, they only scored until that final end. They scored once. And then you have to watch, I do think, fatigue. It's going to start to be an issue. Are you refocusing for any of those shots? They've had a long year.
That's fine. Doesn't really change much.
That's kind of that self-awareness you have to have.
2 rocks higher to make the roll in my last.
Yep.
I had 14.7 on his, so it's.
But that's as far as far as.
Yeah.
See, now I would go around on this one because he's only got one chance to get out of it.
That's just it. And first end, if he's ever going to miss one.
I like it.
His team, of course, had that extra game.
I shot heavy.
No, I don't think
They may be equally as fatigued, maybe a little more. They had that play-in game against John Epping a week ago this evening.
You gotta go.
Come on, boys, go! You gotta go hard.
Go ahead.
Yeah. You gotta go real hard. Hard! Hard!
Rick staying on it.
Hard! Take away the double.
Martin.
Hard! Okay.
Decent hand to even them up.
Wow.
And that was an interesting reaction. Wow.
Well, because it allows, they were shocked that it came down, and now it allows McDonald to play a hit and roll, which eliminates a stone, and you could get shot behind those corners.
You want to go basically as far as you can, but stay in the 8 foot.
Take this roll, guys. Solid normal.
Okay.
I know it ended up about the same, but like tracking down the sheet, I think mine finished more.
Okay.
Yeah. Solid.
Hard,
Yeah.
Really
hard,
good roll.
yeah, really hard,
Hard for a piece.
hard.
Hard for a piece. West Forget. Uh-oh. 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 And they're going to get their chance for a three.
Boy, oh
What did
boy.
you just say? Huh? You're going to maybe get a miss. Didn't expect that kind of a miss.
No,
though.
we haven't seen any wide open misses like that. Just the fresh spot in the ice, maybe
Yes.
a little bit of down in focus, thinking about that and keep your weight up.
Yeah, they're aiming at the inside half to begin with, so.
Make sure you get it first.
Yeah.
Try and find the pin if we can.
Yeah.
It was good.
Definitely wait a little more for sure.
Not a lot. not a
Open
lot.
draw
It's there,
for
it's there.
three here in the
Back
first.
4, back 8.
Oh, it's good.
T.
It's really
Anywhere in the
curling.
paint.
Just keep it coming down. It's coming down.
Yeah, spray on the tee.
Just top 4. Okay, good shot.
There it is. So taking advantage of that last rock miss by McDonald. Team wildcard and Bottcher put 3 on the board. Well, we were just saying to get 3 is quite something, but you did nothing
9-3.
extraordinary for it. I mean, you wrapped one around, you didn't follow with your own, and then, of course, the open miss, that gets you 3. But it was as if Bottcher would have said, I'm quite happy with 2. Let's just go for the 2. And he gets a gift of 3. So here in the second, in a must-win for Team Ontario, they're in a hole early, and they'll have last rock. They have the Hammer playing the Redstones here in 2.
I think that's one of Brendan's. He studies everything, and he knows his numbers
Line's real good,
specifically
guys.
more so than others, and he would know his winning percentage up to with, and also would know Ontario's ability to draw and play the freeze game. So he's not a risk taker.
So what led to it? Well, it was a great draw right around those staggered corner guards.
Well, we talked a little bit about Darren. He missed an unfortunate one against Cooey and let Cooey off the hook, but he's just turned this game around already. To go down the middle of the ice where nobody's played, we talk about the fresh pebble. There's going to be more curl, more bite as it's coming in. You want this as high as you can because there isn't a raise. You couldn't have carried that down any better. Set up the 2, which turned into a 3.
Key shot brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures.
That's a tough shot that Molding made down that lane. Eh? Like if that was edge of the 8, you know the spot, or edge middle 12, but not there.
First end, you're guessing on a lot of things.
Okay.
I think you're proud.
Still 6 feet slow here. Like 7'5" almost.
We've both done it before, though. You try so hard. You always have to remember for Scott McDonald, hit first, roll later, and you're trying so hard. That's that outcome focus rather than on the process. You're thinking roll, so you help it a little bit, and away it goes.
Yeah, it's so true. We've all done it.
Back
Yeah, you start running before you catch the pass.
Back gate, back 12.
Close, just wait. Coming down a bit. Close.
Back gate.
No.
Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Okay.
It's not bad.
That's crazy slow.
So this is a big game. Northern Ontario, of course, coming off their loss last evening. Team Canada both at 8-1. The winner will go to the Final Four. They will be in. 9 gets you in. British Columbia, Manitoba eliminated yesterday with 5 losses. Our game is on sheet C, and Alberta trying to keep themselves going. We know they are already in. Saskatchewan at 4-5 eliminated yesterday.
Stay close, John. It did start to go side.
You were only back 4 there.
Well, I think this is a game for Brendan Bottcher's team that you want to take care of. It's a flip of the coin tonight when you're playing Team Canada, who's playing very, very well.
You can go early.
Yep. Weight's good. Yep.
Back forward. Line's good. Back heat. Room.
Back eight.
Close, John.
Back eight.
Whoa, then.
John.
Whoa.
Whoa, John.
Whoa, John. No.
John. Yep.
Anything on that red?
And just rolling it over and then gearing away. Shot for the moment is Ontario.
Didn't quite curl the same way.
It's pretty good,
I don't like that we might kick it behind the corner.
No.
What about nose on that?
Yeah.
That would be great.
Okay.
Lose the backing on this one.
Yeah.
All right.
I try to do a couple things with this shot. Get rid of the backing that's causing your own stones are actually helping out Ontario.
Yeah, we gotta hit the red one first.
Right in the pockets, pretty much good. Red one first.
Gotta hit the red one first, though, for sure.
Red one first, both yellows should go.
Whoa.
Weight's good.
Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Brett.
Darren Molding.
Go ahead.
Stay with it, decent. And got it.
Very
And
good.
we'll use the backing. And just maybe out that stone at the back edge of the 12 rather, at about 8:30.
It's okay.
All right, let's start our updates, Kathy. Northern Ontario Team Canada mentioned that a 9th win for either will put them through.
Well, Brad Jacobs was facing 2 on his final. He played a hit and roll. He didn't roll quite far enough, and so that stone is exposed, and it doesn't have to worry about any backing. Nose hit for 2.
Whoa.
Team Canada, 2-time defending champions, the Ballyhaley Golf and Country Club, Remax Centre, St. John's. Northern Ontario, and Brad Jacobs, the 13 winner out of the Community First Curling Centre in Sault Ste. Marie. And there you go for 2.
It's hard to believe, but the 2-time defending champions have been a little bit under the radar with Jacobs and Cooey kind of stealing the show. And they win that game, they're kind of the leading candidates to get into that 1-2 game. And they're right there again.
Yeah, that's not likely, you know, where people finish won't likely be decided until tonight. Final draw.
2 inches.
You know, this is the one thing about this championship pool. All the games mean something right up until the last evening. And tonight, Alberta is playing Northern Ontario. So that could be something special.
Yes.
Hard.
Really nice separation with Ontario.
Yeah, look at the come around Jonathan made.
British Columbia opens with a single. Jim Cotter out of Vernon as he plays Mike McEwen from West St. Paul. And Alberta got a deuce, trying to make it 10 straight. Kevin Cooey from the Glencoe Calgary. Kirk Myers out of the Nutana Curling Club in Saskatoon.
We have not thrown this, so I don't know what it's going to do. We just flashed 2 normal hits.
You want more ice?
No, if you like this,
he
I like
gave
it.
me more, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Board weight?
Yeah, I'll be positive with it.
They sound a little shell-shocked here, the Ontario.
Yes, yeah. It was an honest assessment, though, by West that we don't know what it's going to do, and all we do know is we flashed 2 wide open hits, meaning they get a little more curl than they're expecting.
Little down.
Yeah.
Hard.
Yes.
Hard.
Scott Chadwick and now Forget as well.
Yes. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Coming to the back, rolling it over. Very nice. Sitting right on the corner.
Beautiful.
I think they need to focus on what they're doing this end, which is a lot of
That
good.
was just board, and that was a ton of
Really good weight, John.
Okay.
Come around by Jonathan. That nice, another nice hit and roll shot behind the almost frozen.
Boy,
Really anywhere thin, like rolling it to there is real good.
Yeah, that's
one
good.
half shot from Bottcher, and they're going to get the 3 right back.
rolling behind it.
Yeah. Easy.
Love that last call. Instead of throwing a bullet and making the double, just soft weight, control it with the brushers, hit, roll on top.
I think I mentioned to you, Bottcher thought that the game and the loss to Alberta was his best and the team's best. They just got caught in that last end.
Well, they got cooeyed almost. I mean, it was just a great shot by Kevin. Not many would make it. And I think it was a blessing. They didn't have a lot of time to really focus on that loss. They had to go right back out.
Decent. I'm hearing a no. Oh, I'm hearing a no.
Good
Oh,
shot. We're done.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
Not bad.
Sit. Good shot. We're done.
Got to throw it good.
Got to throw it hard. If you hit it in the right spot, it'll carry him off of this one. That red one stays because it's frozen, and you end up possibly making the double. Sit 3.
Basically split center and we hit it, guys.
It's tricky.
Trailed by 3 for the first time since draw 4, and that was versus Alberta. But this is a team that I think can come back pretty easily because of the offensive style of play.
Hard.
it shows how well they have played, the consistency of their play. Now they jammed it straight back.
It's not bad.
A lot of over curls here for Ontario. That was a chance to sit 3 and apply a lot of heat.
Try.
I think it's been, honestly, Vic, Scott McDonald. There's been times where I thought they were going to give up a big end, and he'll make this great freeze or this come around and save the end. He saved them a lot this week.
Oh, shoot, I like that in my hand.
Get a little bit more curl today.
Straight here.
Yeah, this should be straight, hey?
Yeah.
In double here to eliminate a big score for Ontario.
Whoa! Brad!
Yeah. Thiessen had to wait for it. And going to get him pulled. Wow. Interesting. It was Molding calling Thiessen 3 times before he finally put the brush down.
I did not want to sweep. Sometimes the brushers, their eye in the center line as well, and they have a pretty good idea of where the rock has to be. They sort of call line from there.
Like 9s all week, and we're throwing 75 sweeping to get there. So it's a little sticky. So game speed plus 8 feet. Okay.
That's a big difference. That's hard to compute. That's the same thing they told Brad Gushu to win the Brier.
And that was in the 10th.
Yeah.
So you wonder what's going on here in terms of the ice, the difference from yesterday to today. as he's
Little
trying to draw full
draw.
4 against 2.
It's close now. Weight's good.
Really hard.
Weight's there.
Take a look.
Weight's there.
Bourget.
Line's fine.
Easy, easy.
Speed should be real
Your nose
close.
backing, we're fine.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're
It's good.
fine. You're good. Good judge, guys.
Attaboy.
Well judged, well thought out. Information passed along. Ontario will get a single. Here in 2. Well, it all started for us, of course, and for Brendan Bottcher last Friday night with the play-in game against John Epping to become team wildcard to fill out the field of 16. And then round robin in 2 pools of 8 began on Saturday. And that then finished, of course, Wednesday night with the top 4 in each pool taking their records with them and then crossing over. So now here we are. We only know that one team at the moment has played their way into the weekend, the Page playoff. That's Alberta. This game is must win for Ontario. 4th loss would eliminate them. Wild card win would put them in, and we would know our 4 teams. So Ontario with the single means that team wild card, Bottcher out of Edmonton, does have last rock. They have the hammer here in 3 playing the Yellowstones.
Yep.
Close tip.
Clean.
Whoa. Back 12. Back. Just through. Just through. Just through.
Brad. Whoa.
Go ahead, Brad.
Whoa.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Good.
It's a great shot. Very good.
So this is their round robin for wild card after winning against Epping. Of course, they dropped one right out of the gate to Northern Ontario, who didn't up until yesterday. And then look what they put together. They lose to Alberta. And Cheryl made a good point. They don't have much time to think about losses, because if you're playing now anyway, you're back on the ice within an hour. So regroup very quickly to beat BC last night.
It's interesting how the schedule changed. You play the first round robin and you get a break. You play a game, you get a game off, you get in this nice routine, and then just bang, you're into back-to-back games. Rebounding from losses and wins and big games and shots.
Just clean. Close. No.
That's where kind of all the mental training and mental prep that you do comes into play.
Good.
Nice shot.
Well, Ontario, as we mentioned, first time here for this team, and boy, right in the deep end, and barely kept their head above water. And they lost their first 2. Then they get on a roll. Then against New Brunswick, Terry Odeshaw, after scaring so many teams, he gets the win against Ontario. That could have cost Ontario badly, because that was loss number 3. They take that into the championship round with, as I mentioned earlier, 3 other teams at 3 losses. They're the only ones still alive here, having managed to win despite having 3 losses.
Whoa. 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 Let it curl. Let it curl.
Baby.
Go.
Good. Great shot.
That's good.
Very nice.
Well, we saw Team Canada, Kathy, score 2, and more pressure. 2 behind that corner. Corner sitting on the Timmy's Cup. Their final stone on the way for Brad Jacobs.
Well, he played this same shot on his first one, Vic. He elected to ignore the Team Canada stone out in the wings, went around, but it actually over-curled, and half was open to Brad Gushu, who played a soft shot, got it out and rolled to the side, so he does lie. That 2 needs 8 foot.
Yep. Yes. Hard for no roll.
Yes, no roll.
And there it is for the single.
Good end, boys. Played well. Firm.
Okay.
Try this double. Brendan wouldn't mind, again, a methodical strategist, wouldn't mind blanking this end. They're up. They can move the hammer to the 4th end, take away a scoring opportunity from Ontario. So this double would bring that opportunity back in.
Yeah, Bottcher 2 up, so shorten the game.
Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Whoa.
Really close.
Whoa.
Sit.
Great shot. Very good.
And then gearing up.
Real nice.
Sitting in front.
Great shot.
Great second.
That's even better.
Well, Alberta has looked very good. I mean, they've been given some tests. They've been tested a couple of times, but looking very good. Kevin Cooey out of the Glencoe as he plays Kirk Myers out of Saskatoon.
Well, Kirk was facing 2 on his first one, chipped out 1, and Kevin Cooey came around and put it right on the lid. So this is the draw against 2. Needs to tap a stone back in order to get shot.
Myers and the team from the Nutana.
Right.
His brother Dallin throws lead stones. He's got the Marsh twins, Kevin and Daniel, right in the middle and gives up the steal of 2. That a win by Alberta would guarantee them a spot in the 1-2 page playoff. Not sure where they would slot in. That's still to be decided, but that's obviously the big game, of course. You get that second chance in the 1-2 game.
You know, every one of these top teams wants that. And then they want the 1 spot.
Clean.
Nice. Shot.
Wait.
Control.
Very good, Jenny.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Gotta go.
Gotta go.
Really gotta go. I think you're going for contact.
Gotta go is West Merget.
Clean.
Did well, boy, to stop this in its tracks.
You're good.
It was going.
Yeah, just a hair extra weight maybe saved it. It's almost where the skipper missed in the first end.
Easy.
What are you panicking for? You can't see the broom. Huh? You can't see the broom. What are you panicking for?
Manitoba scored a couple to take the lead on British Columbia. Is going to 3.
Yep.
Hard, Brad. Hard.
Darren Moulding.
Clean.
Hard.
Clean.
Weight's good.
Clean.
Clean roll.
Clean.
Clean. Clean. Good sweep. Good shot.
Rolling out of here.
A little.
A little bit of panic in Darren's voice on that shot.
He seems a little bit that way today. But being an ice
That
maker,
wasn't a bad throw.
No, it just wasn't as bad.
Yeah.
I like the toss.
we talked about
But
the
I knew it
overcurls that have caught Ontario, and he would know it's a little sharper pebble, and he wanted to be an aggressive on the brushing there.
Smart.
Goodness gracious. Wow, you have to go back to Eddie Wernick in 81.
Yep.
Wow.
That's ironic because the team that this young rookie team reminds me the most of is Eddie Wernick.
Is it ever?
How so? Just where do you see?
The finesse shots, the soft weight, the understanding that you don't have to make everything perfect yourself. You have to put a pressure on the other guy. And Eddie's famous line was, I only have to curl 60% if I can make you curl 50. and that's what Ontario does, or tries to.
Was that? Release. Curl nice though. Yeah. It was never narrow there.
Well, for a team that's created that many opportunities this week to steal, they have to be putting pressure on and willing to take some risks.
Yep.
Weight's good.
Clean.
Go ahead.
Yep.
Whoa.
Clean.
Brendan Bottcher,
Yep.
his first, last year's runner-up, trying to put himself into the Final Four.
Roll it. Oh, he got.
And trying to roll it away from that center.
It's a big roll because if you sit right there, you give Ontario a chance for a short roll behind that center guard and an opportunity to force.
Solid normal, guys.
Trying to jump it, eh?
I don't mind nosing it either. It's hard to, yeah. You're trying to bite the back 8.
Let's roll it, Barry.
To be conservative, go at it.
Yeah.
Much tougher roll from the 12-foot.
Good.
Norm.
Norm up.
Close. Whoa. Whoa, Wes. Whoa. Whoa. Clean.
Scott.
Whoa.
Scott.
Whoa.
Scott.
Guess not.
And rolls a stone's width maybe towards the center line.
Yeah, that's what they're hoping. You probably need a little more weight to do that, a little less ice. But
So a chance for the blank.
Clean.
Yep.
Clean.
Clean.
Brendan Bottcher.
Close it.
Clean.
Nursed all the way down and away it goes. Blank on the board here in 3. It remains 3-1. Team wildcard.
The best power poser? For sure be Benny. I mean, he just super excited to get to this event, and you know, that's the first thing we kind of get to do around the event.
Brett loves the spotlight and getting his picture taken and getting his hair done and all that stuff.
Oh, it was probably me. I'm the one that had to cross my arms, get the timing right, move up to the line correct. It was pretty tough, actually.
I think the best explanation would be that if you were to watch us practice late at night at the Dartmouth Curling Club, you'd see kind of our personalities come out then.
Well, for some reason, the brothers seem to always pick on me and Fry. Maybe it's because we take it very well.
Steve grabbed him from behind, and you know, you have to keep your lead in line sometimes. And Ty took a couple rounds out of him, and you know, I jumped in there, took a couple good shots, and he took it like a champ, though.
We had 2 horses in the front, and 1 driver, and the one who has the horse to run. So I don't know. It was a funny one.
Yeah, Quebec's version of Ben-Hur there, just a chariot race, and very good. We do appreciate everything the players they do for us. We ask them to participate, so thank you very much. On this final day of round robin play, before we head towards the Final 4 and the Page playoff tomorrow. Team Wildcard leads at 3-1. As we go to the 4th, and after that blank, once again it is Brendan Bottcher that does have last rock. They have the hammer, playing the Yellowstones. Alberta, Saskatchewan. Again, Alberta with a win would guarantee themselves a place in the 1-2. They scored 2, stole 2, and my goodness, look at all that red.
Yeah, there is a lot, and yet Kevin Cooey gave Kirk Myers a chance to get out of this end. In drawing to lie 6, he went deep, and Kirk was trying to freeze to it, almost froze, but Kevin Cooey made a great one on his second, picking it out. Needs the nose, maybe a bit of an inside roll to get shot.
Oh boy, I don't know. No. What do you think? I'm thinking red.
One red, yep.
1 red it is. It was one of those stories as they go up 5-0. One of those stories this week. Myers skipping at the Brier. 33 years Kirk skips after his father led the all-family team, the all-brother team in 1986.
We played those guys in '86 in a unbelievable hitting team. Back then, without all these 4 and 5 rock rolls, you did not want getting down a couple of those guys.
I had to laugh today. I was chatting with the Ontario team before the game, and remember we were talking about the fact that Jonathan Buke, who throws thirds, won a university championship with Queens, and Scott Chadwick, the lead, was on that team, and then they went to the University World Games in Turkey. Well, Wes Forget said to me, do you know who wasn't on that team? And I said, he said, me. I was cut. He was the last cut off that team before they won the Canadian University Championship.
He's still bitter.
And he's still bitter. Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Off the line, off the line.
Got decent.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
It's real.
I'm trying to get it off this one now.
Get out,
Okay.
get out, get out.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, what a shot.
That was plan B, too.
That's okay.
That's
I
great.
guess that worked. Yeah, that one isn't going to run straight on heels.
Firm.
Firm?
Yep.
We're good, Jenny.
I thought, Russ, I don't know if you did, but I thought Ontario might take more of a risk last end when they had the center guard and might ignore Stones. That's really what they've been doing. This is a tough way to try and steal.
Oh, no kidding.
Can try and force again.
No, for sure. Yeah, it's early, but it isn't, right? Against a team like Bottcher.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's the Bottcher team. It's how they convert with hammer, and it's what's worked for Ontario all week. They've taken risks. They've made some difficult shots for the skip, and they've got some steals out of it. You're going to have to do that somewhere along the way.
Harrick! Whoa!
Carrick Martin getting squeezed out by the foam.
Big roll.
Decent taking over. And big roll, and we'll roll it towards the other world wild card stone. Okay, let's get you caught up. We put a blank on the board over on A. And BC replied with a couple in 3.
Firm.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa. Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa. Scott. Scott.
Whoa. Just beside it.
Rolling it over.
Attaboy.
Just beside, sure enough.
Nice shot.
Trying to get a chance to maybe
Nice
get
throw.
a wild card to blank because you're not looking for Ontario like you're going to steal.
Do you hate freezing?
You're not looking like a force so well.
Let's roll.
Yeah, I like hitting.
Let's just roll.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, the skipper's
Easy.
overruled here. What was his thought about freezing?
Getting his deuce that way. I think you could freeze and then you wouldn't get forced. Or less likely to get forced, but they're deciding to hit and roll away. The only thing that'll come about with this is you're rolling a little bit deeper. You can leave Ontario the double, but a blank doesn't bother wild card either.
Oh, okay.
And rolling all the way out.
All right. Play.
Yeah.
We are?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't.
Didn't mind that throw.
No, that one ran pretty straight for you.
Okay.
Just still no great opportunity for Ontario, though, so
It's probably going to
forced to
end
the
here
hit.
anyways.
We're still losing.
And like you say, it shrinks that game a little farther. A 2-point
Just
lead.
right on the day, yeah. Okay.
With hammer, it's just zero reason to take any chances.
Yeah, blanks don't help Ontario because it's taking a score. You really need to force and get hammer back and then have the ability to score, but this takes another scoring chance away from yourself.
And you know yourself as it goes along here, all of a sudden as it gets closer to the finish line, Ontario has to take some real risk, and that's where you might be able to hit him for a 3 or something.
Weight's good. Clean. Yep. Yep. Clean. Just clean.
You know, their attitude too, and although you go in with the thought, Ontario yesterday against Brad Jacobs was, if we can play close and stay close to them, but suddenly they had those steals and they were leading 5-1 Ontario at the break. And then, of course, they had to gather themselves up, Cheryl, because they saw that lead slip away.
Well, they did. You tighten and you tighten as these steals come about, end after end, and you realize the lead's going away and the ice is changing, as it always does as it gets later in the game. But, you know, that you see that happen so often in the 5-Rock. It's teams get up, the other team, they can kind of throw caution to the wind, be aggressive because they're going to lose or they're going to lose. And then the team that's got the lead, they're fighting to figure out when you go defensive. And it's more of a struggle in 5-Rock than it ever was with 4.
Same weight?
Same weight.
I like that. I like how that
Right up, right at the stick.
Yep. Air more. Yes, Wes. Yep.
Forget.
Clean. Clean. Whoa.
Cleaner.
Whoa.
Keep your broom.
Little roll's good. Yep. Good.
Now, once again, looking for a second straight blank.
Yep.
Yep. Good.
Watch out.
Shot.
Have to lift your feet if you're sitting at home. Scott Chadwick throwing the lead stones for Ontario. On this Friday afternoon here at Westoma Place, part of the Keystone Center. It's a marvelous facility, and it's grown and grown and grown to the point now where it's 550,000 square feet, all under one roof. This, the home of the Brandon Wheat Kings, seats around 5,100. There are two smaller hockey rinks. There's the Brandon Curling Club, and of course all the exhibition facilities here. Carrick Martin. As once again, it'll be Team Wildcard leading 3-1. They scored that 3, of course, in that first. Back-to-back blanks.
No bump. No bump.
So Wildcard once again with the hammer playing the Yellowstones.
And Scott Chadwick made that perfect freeze. Now they've got something going. Opportunity to maybe force or get a steal.
It should be the same.
I think it's best to come to the yellow and just move it a hair.
The speed will be pretty good here.
Wouldn't want to put that in the thrower's head. You don't want Wes overthrowing this.
I want like back 4, back 8 weight.
Oh, I thought it was just putting
back 4 should do it.
Sorry, I thought the freeze was the call.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, now they've changed it around here because the freeze works and the brushers can make that little tap for you. You try to throw back 8 and you're a little heavy, you're in trouble.
Well, two teams that were eliminated yesterday, Kathy, British Columbia and Manitoba with a 5th loss, 3-2. BC leads it as we play in 4, and BC sitting 1-2 and maybe 3?
I do think it's just 2, Vic. Jim Cotter hitting to lie those 2 on his final stone. Mike McEwen now hitting to get the shot on the nose. Lots of rocks in play this end. Really disappointing week for Manitoba, and still just not sharp even in this game.
No, not at all. And out of West St. Paul, BC champions, skipped by Jim Cotter from the Vernon Curling Club.
Clean.
Semigolski staying with it. Clean, down, bang. There's your single for Manitoba.
Clean. Good throw. Very good.
What are you trying to do?
Interesting situation. You can raise either one of those reds and the yellows fly. And Bottcher will know that only too well, so at some point in time they might ignore a center guard and rearrange those or something, I would think, Cheryl.
Make it better for them. Yeah, no, I agree. It's pretty good positioning for Ontario.
Yeah.
Line's good for it.
And you delay if you're Ontario trying to get shot till late. So maybe Wildcard only has 1 chance at scoring.
Whoa, Scott. Need to just cross center. Yeah, a little, Scott. Okay, I'll go.
Good.
It's good. Good, great spot.
Just keep opening it up if you're Wildcard and hoping you get a guard that maybe over curls or is a high one.
Redstone shot. Northern Ontario?
It is.
Okay, so final stone coming up for the 2-time defending champion Brad Gouju.
Well, this opportunity presented on Brad Jacobs' first stone was making a soft weight shot against a stone he could see 3/4 of and just grazed the guard enough to miss the shot, and that allowed the opportunity for Team Canada to lie 2.
Clean. Nice work. It's good. It's good.
Clean it in and avoids the jam, rolls it over, and there's your deuce. So a win by either of those two teams, and they would be guaranteed a spot on the weekend.
Yep. Good. Great spot. Good throw.
Throw, John.
Good shot.
Plan.
Yep.
Darren Moulding right out of his hand. Thiessen has got him.
Clean.
Run it back and run it by. So just continually now keeping it open.
Such an easy shot nowadays. The surface, the rocks, the Darren hit about 3/4 of that. It rolls out easy.
Throw that red.
In that case, I like another guard.
And make the pocket on the other side.
Yep.
Or we hit that red and go into the pocket that we made.
Same spot's good?
Yeah.
At some point, Brendan's got to do something here.
Same spot. Yeah, I agree.
Same throw. That was a 4.
Yep. That was a good week, Tom.
Yeah, I wonder if you try, maybe next one for Brendan is try and run this guard in there. I mean, it's risky. You could leave 2 reds. You could even leave 3 reds possibly. If you're running Ontario's guard in, then you need to open it up.
Oh, if you can.
Foot deeper. A hair deeper.
Oh, it's got to curl a bit.
It's almost to your feet. It's almost in.
Won't want to. Whoa.
I don't think I've looked over here and seen so many red stones every end. And so you got 4 now facing Saskatchewan again, and they're already down 5-0.
Well, and you know what? He had a chance on his first one. Kevin Cooey was trying to get to the nose of a stone to tap it back. He actually left Saskatchewan buried for second shot, and so Kirk was hitting to lie 2, but he rolled out, and then of course Kevin Cooey removes the other stone, and that's why he lies 4.
So Kirk Myers in a 5th appearance. Previously, of course, it was a Steve Laycock team. Laycock now throwing the 3rd stones. He's the import for British Columbia.
Come on down.
Good brushing, buddy.
And there you go. So finally, they'll put one on the board as they put it on the lid. Just I love coming to Brandon, don't you? I mean, it doesn't matter who's playing there. There's an appreciation. There's a knowledge of the game. So it's great to be here in Brandon for the Brier.
Extremely knowledgeable fans. You get stopped all the time saying, why do you do that in the 5th end? Why didn't you do that? You know, it's great.
But it's when you say you should ask Cheryl. I think that's when you go talk to Cheryl.
Just very smart thing to do.
Let's go on our back.
I really like this call that Darren Moulding and Brendan came up with. They could have just peeled, but instead they played this nice soft hit and roll because it's a usable stone. Brendan's got a plan. He knows he's not setting up very good in the center there, but now you look at that yellow top 12 that Darren rolled there.
Well, plus it could end up on the scoreboard too, couldn't it now?
It's a little risky.
There's going to be a couple of blasts here. It's very risky.
Remember we said he was trending down in his last 3 games.
Hard! Really hard. Hard!
Really got to go.
Hard!
Another intern that started early on him. That's 3.
And now where will this stop? Well, he'll leave him there. So group 2 and 1 popped out the other side, back edge of the 8-foot. They are sitting 3, however, without last rock.
But there's how big that roll on by Darren is. Now they've got a rock in the rings if you're wild card.
Yeah.
You could play the double or even the hit and roll over.
Eventually I'll be wide in that spot. Works out okay though.
Yeah. Good medium. Yeah. We can make the double and the roll.
Yeah, just make
on
the
these
roll.
Ones.
Yeah.
They're pretty close together. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Brad! Brad! Hard!
Brad Thiessen.
Hard! 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 Roll it! Roll it! Hard! Right over!
Oh, and they'll get rid of 2 and then roll it towards the center line.
Okay. Shot.
He shot.
Or do you like
Okay.
He was trying to roll maybe buried, but it was tricky that you'd still make the double.
I don't think he's ever tried. Yeah, okay. I don't mind that.
Let's go for it.
Yep.
Board weight.
What are we doing with it?
Result?
I'd love to roll it half buried and kind of give him a bit of a teaser.
Yeah, I like that too.
But you got a chance here now to force Team Wildcard, which doesn't happen very often.
But
Hasn't
nose is
happened
good.
very often this week.
Nose is the force.
Board weight at the stick here.
Yep.
So final stone for Ontario's Scott McDonald.
Tried to roll it partly buried. It might set up a tough double and a possible steal. That's what they're thinking. There it goes again.
Ooh, you don't want to roll and leave him a double.
Okay, that's good.
And he'll bang it right on the nose.
It's pretty good. High enough that it makes the double really tough, and you could give up a steal.
Yeah, you can't try it, can you?
No, take your one.
Yeah. Still went.
I think under extreme pressure, you sometimes feed it towards the target as opposed to the broom that you're supposed to be aiming at.
You sound like you're familiar with that now and then.
Yeah, that's right.
We all are.
So not many teams have been able to do it, forcing Alberta, lately anyway. But here they are, right on the nose for the single. And they have been forced. Midway through, 4-1, Team Wildcard.
The 2019 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of curling Canada.
Well, Team Wildcard opened with Last Rock, and they scored a big 3, and it's really been the set the tone for the game. As here we are at the break, 4-1, Wildcard leading. So now it's time for the After 5 report.
Yeah, you want to look at how these teams are performing against each other at the half. Hammer conversion definitely goes to Wildcard. Both were able to force. Neither have given up any steals, but I think a couple bonus points for Wildcard for blanking a couple ends and taking the hammer away from Ontario.
After 5 report is brought to you by Pioneer Hybrid, serving Canadian farmers for over 70 years. Here in Molding, the team knows, of course, win it, and they are in it. Let's go back to the first, and we said that 3 setting the tone, and it was Molding's shot that really helped generate that 3.
Well, it was. Wildcard had the hammer this end. We said we needed a big game from Darren Molding, and your way to do and get that hammer and convert it is with these setup shots. Darren first end figures out the ice, the weight, come around perfectly, and then we get an execution error by McDonald and a draw for 3 by Brendan.
Because they would have been quite happy with a deuce the way they were playing. So now we go to the second, and watch this, the double by Bottcher.
Well, Wildcard wants to force this in and get that hammer back. Ontario wasn't cooperating until this great double made by Brendan, and they hold Ontario to 1.
And so that leads then to a couple of blanks in 3 and 4. Wildcard is forced, and that's how we sit 4-1 after 5. And it's interesting, there's Bottcher at 95. Mentioned again, McDonald, last 3 games trending down, currently sitting at 83%. Time to talk with their coach, Sean Turriff. Ontario is down, going to 6.
The 2019 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by New Holland, #TogetherBlue, by Home Hardware, here's how, and by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like cashmere.
Well, this week at the Brier, TSN continues to reveal Canada's greatest curlers, and this time it is the men's turn. Go to tsn.ca/curling for more. We put together a 31-person panel of experts, including writers, broadcasters, current and former elite level curlers. And today we're going to reveal the greatest Canadian male team of all time. And the winner is Team Kevin Martin with John Morris, Mark Kennedy, and Ben Hebert. The 2010 Olympic champions grabbed 12 of 31 first place votes and have been named the greatest male team in Canadian curling history. Team Martin barely edged out Randy Kirby and the famous Kirby 4, who finished second with 11 first place votes. The Richardsons, Ernie, Arnold, Garnett, and West finished third, 3 first place votes, and the team of Russ Howard, Glenn Howard, Wayne Madon, Peter Corner rounded out the top 4. For more information and to talk about it, go to tsn.ca/curling. Congratulations to Team Kevin Martin. And congratulations for you not being forgotten.
That's right. Wow.
Oh,
wow.
I mean, at least you were after the Richardsons.
Well, yeah, it is. Yeah, exactly.
As we welcome you back on this Friday afternoon, 4-1, and it is Team Ontario that does have the last rock. They're down by 3. It's a difficult thing to choose, and it's all about the discussion. Go to tsn.ca/curling if you want to make a comment. Our memories tend to be short.
Yeah, that's exactly true, isn't it? Yeah.
Just to my broom.
The Richardson won 4, right? 4 worlds.
Mm-hmm. That was the old Scotch Cup, of course. 59, started in 1959.
Team Furby nearly were 1 shot away from winning 5 Briers in a row.
Halfway.
And then the 2 years that Team Martin had were incredible.
Brendan.
That Olympics, just even we were fortunate to be at that Olympics in Vancouver with them, and just that home Olympics and the pressure and how they performed, and well deserved.
Whoa.
All there.
Well, you did your job if you're Ontario. A force was big. You've got the hammer back now. You really need to make something happen with it.
Line's pretty good. Line's real good.
Make it real good.
Okay, weight's good.
Line's good. Just clean it in. Clean it in.
Line's good. Line's really good.
A little.
Line's good.
That's a great spot.
Good.
Very good.
Good.
Beauty.
Good judge, boys.
5-1 after we saw Saskatchewan pick up that single, Kathy, in the 4th. And interestingly enough, first time in the game that Alberta's had to chase.
A little bit, yes. And Kirk Myers made a double on his first almost perfectly, but his shooter rolled, it looks like about an inch too far. And so this, I believe, is a hit for 2.
Toss, Kev. Don't touch.
They're going to look around the edge, and they've kicked it away. So there it is, the deuce.
Toss, Kev.
And runs it by.
Good, Russ. Good shot.
Good throw.
Pretty good.
A really good setup by Wildcard. You see how important those first 3 stones are, because now in order for McDonald to even have a chance to score, they've got to deal with everything that's going on in the middle.
Yeah, and you start playing these run backs with these type of stones, it's so easy. You might make it, but you could roll out too, and you start rolling out, and you don't have any shrapnel out front to score your 2.
More, but should
be very precise on those run backs.
Little bit of room.
Halfway.
Never need to go.
Tight.
Yeah, we're pretty tight again. Same spot.
I've seen this situation a lot, Cheryl, where in this case a Bottcher steals another one.
Just caught.
Yeah.
Go ahead a little bit. Go ahead a little bit. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yep.
Go ahead.
Yep.
You're good there.
Good.
You're good there. You're good. Good shot. Good.
Take Peel.
I don't mind clearing them out and rolling to another way. Yeah.
Yeah, the angle, there's just enough of an angle.
Just high. You might be able to.
You hit it on Scott's side of the stone slightly, 3/4. You'll clip the back ones. You should make the double and roll and open it up.
Just off nose.
Make him dance here, Wes.
Comes the backswing.
Yeah. and he gets them all, touches them all. So squeezes that one out into the open. It is an interesting story where he did learn this. You may as well tell it, Russ.
Yes,
I
Russ.
think he's the only one that bought it, but that's okay.
Well, yes, I had a reporter come up to me and say, would you like to comment on Wes's backswing and how he started the backswing? I said, well, I will if you let me know on what he said. And anyways, Wes hopefully purchased and read my book. And I put in my book, being an old guy, that the no lift's the way to go. But if you want to generate a little more speed, if you can time it properly, work at it, perfect it like he has, you can generate a little more power with the backswing.
Over curling.
Some garage sale Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
5 cents.
There it is.
A nickel. This is a great deal.
You got no royalty off it, nothing.
And we now know where that one sale came from.
That's right. That one book. Oh, that's a nice compliment, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It really is.
Yeah.
Does that get in the house?
Well, it's funny when we started the conversation the other day when we saw Wes and how many people agreed with the fact that if they could go back to the backswing or have both, the backswing on the big hits and maybe just the no lift delivery on the draws and the board weights, that it was such an accurate delivery.
It's funny, we're all guilty of getting caught with the next fad, and not that the no lift's a fad. There's some awfully good curlers that have won millions of games and made a lot of shots with the no lift. And if you're going to get your young children into the game, that's what you have to do anyways. But it's neat to see somebody try a different wrinkle and see if it works. Got Darren out here on the other team that does it also.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Hard. 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 Whoa. Hard. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Oh, rolling over, hand underneath the corner. Maybe just showing a little bit by there's, but you can see there's the second stone out there, so it's totally undercover.
Oh, it's good. That puts a little bit of pressure on wild card now. That's all you need to do. Get a mistake.
Just firm.
Might get a chance at shot stone.
Yeah, just roll
You're
in
just
front
pretty
of
much just playing this hit and roll to the center line.
Okay.
Love that.
Roll. Clean. Clean. Yep. 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 Hard. Great
Oh,
shot.
gosh.
Boy.
Good one, Darren Holding.
And look at the roll.
Real good.
It's hooked now. What a great shot, Darren.
there.
Worked out pretty good.
Real good. Real good. That's a great shot.
He didn't throw a ton of weight on this, and it's for this reason. You get this roll. You throw big peel weight on that, and it's gone. Trying to get the most out of one shot.
Hit this dead on, it's going here. They might be able to hit it high side and actually get it to drag to maybe catch the corner of that shot rock. There's a little bit of separation. It's going to be really close. Drag that right down the center line if he gets this thin enough.
John Bute.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard.
Chadwick.
Hard. Hard.
Drag. Oh, and just by.
Thinner, you had to hit it thinner than that.
I didn't drag at all.
Wasn't close. No.
They weren't that close?
They must have been because it didn't drag at all.
There's an inch between them. I'm a little surprised he didn't get it.
You make the assumption that the stones have to be touching to drag, and they're saying that you can still get drag.
Oh, no question.
Okay.
No question.
It goes away at about between 4 and 6 inches.
Exactly.
Is about the distance where you don't have it anymore.
And you look at the replay, they hit 3/4 of that thing. If they hit that a little thinner, they make it.
Really close.
Really, if we're just right in front of it, we're almost half buried anyway.
Yeah. I just want it to be deep enough that he can't slash that side one in.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a hair tight
Biting.
to just be across center?
I think that's close.
I think it's going to fight the center line for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Is the speed like 15?
Yeah, it's quick. 15, 25 even.
You know, I said
Real quick.
to Brendan when I was chatting before the game, I said, you're calm and analytical, as Kathy talked about. Well, he's an engineer by trade. He knows numbers. He likes numbers. He respects numbers. And then he came out of a really good program at the University of Alberta.
And he curls at the Saville Center, and that's an unbelievable training facility. I liked his comment, Russ, where he said it's going to fight the center line a bit. He must be thinking the center line's a little bit peaked.
It's interesting.
And it did. It didn't really curl across it.
But his training at the University of Alberta, he said there's such a difference when you come from junior play. Because I said, look, you're only 26. And he said, what they prepared me for, I almost knew every time I stepped on the ice when I went into men's play. I'd seen it. We'd studied it. I knew what tactically I was supposed to do. He says, I don't believe that you have to put in about 10 years before you're supposed to be competitive. He said the University of Alberta program had me prepared right away. By comparison, there's, the Ontario coach, Sean Turriff, saying that U of A program is, in fact, the Cadillac of all programs, university programs.
Well, the players that have come out of there, and I agree, it used to be that you wanted to come out of juniors and play for an experienced skip for 10 years, but that experience isn't necessary.
Good.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, just enough to push it back and then leave it on the corner.
You get all that experience now in CIS and through all of those, and you get to learn how to play in pressure games. You don't need 10 years out of juniors.
Think of the players that came through with you and went to the Howard School.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And back then, too, that was the way to do it, to hook on with a quality skip, because you didn't have the exposure to all the television games. And,
yeah, that'd be great.
All the information that's available for young teams now.
That looks like Max to me, yeah.
Tricky one here.
Yeah. Hack.
Solid.
Whoa. 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 Clean.
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 Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd say
whoa.
Watch that guard.
It's fine, though. It's stay.
And
good shot.
Well called, well thrown to just pick it off the face and sit two.
Shot. Good. Like it.
Great throw, Brendan.
Yeah. Good call. It was just heavy.
Yeah.
Through the hole?
Play it safe, and if you make it for one, that's fine. Don't mind it.
I don't mind it. Okay, so just make that. If if it hangs.
Then we get lucky.
Okay, there you go. Right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
We're going to try it.
Kind of blank?
He is,
Try to
but
make it.
he said if it hits it too
Let's
thick,
play it
which is
thick,
what
and
you'd
if
want to
we-
make sure, you got a catcher. You should get your one.
Is it worth it? Like,
If you hit it too thick, you're good. If you hit it too thin, it's a disaster.
I don't
is it
know.
worth
I think
playing for
getting
the
one
blank?
is big.
If we go too aggressive,
That's a hard blank, is
it's
it
a
not?
hard blank.
Like it's.
You almost have to get lucky to make it, because you're going to be.
You're pushing that rock up the house,
You're,
right?
you're
They're basically
back-ending the
even.
yellow. Like, it's there if we had to make it. I don't think we have to make it.
I would agree.
Just normal. I think you're okay.
That's what they were thinking, but it's just, you're either going to get stuck with your single or give up a steal, I think, Cheryl. Like anything, quarter inch lower than where they absolutely have to hit it, it's a steal of one that goes right underneath.
Well, and that's the only thing you couldn't do this end. You can't give up a steal. So I think if there's any possibility, I wouldn't play it. I think this is a good reset call.
So they're below their average. When you think back to the way they played in the Ontarios, where they outscored their opposition 70-32 in round robin, their
Big
point
board.
production has
Control
fallen
lead.
off.
Normal. Clean.
Clean it.
Clean it.
Albeit the
Board. Good.
the level of competition has certainly
Big
risen
board.
here, and there's the hit for the single. So both teams forcing back-to-back 4-2 wild card. Those on hand here at Westover Place, watching on the big screen as you watch at home. Our coverage of this year's Tim Hortons Brier from Brandon on this final day of round robin play as we narrow the teams down now to the final 4. 5 remain in contention. Only one we know has qualified for the Page playoff. That's Alberta. A win by Team Wildcard and they would make it through. And we would know our 4 teams, just not the placings. Ontario must win this to keep their chances alive. Wildcard with Last Rock as we play in 7, playing the Yellowstone.
Okay. Okay. Good shot.
Carrick had options on that tick. He could play the, I think they were trying the back one.
So we know now Alberta is through and they're on the ice and they are leading big over Saskatchewan. An Alberta win, they would be first. Ontario must win. A 4th loss takes them out of it. If they can win and bring Wildcard back, well, that opens some possibilities heading into the final draw tonight.
Hi.
Line only. Room up, I think.
Scott,
Room up right now.
Just
Only
short of
if you have
your
to.
rock. Just short of your broom. No finish.
Line's good.
Actually,
Don't need to. Don't need to. Just
Good.
over.
Good. Nice spot. Nice. Real good, Wes. Nice throw.
You really get separation guarding the back one because you know that's the one that Wildcard was trying to tick on Carrick's first. Either or was good.
Yep. Hard.
Brad Thiessen.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's try thick.
All right. That's good. It's better off that way.
Same way.
Same thing
Line's
again.
good.
Felt similar.
It's over.
Felt similar. It's a little.
Weight's good. Line, it can curl
it's
a
John
bit.
only, and only if you have to.
It has to curl a bit.
Let it go. Yeah, try
Hard,
and touch center on this line, I guess.
hard. Gotta go, boys. Good. It's a good spot.
John.
Do you ever consider going around the long guard and tapping out that one and sit 2? Kind of put the game on the line that way.
Kathy, Alberta sitting the 2 and final stone to be played by Saskatchewan's Kirk Myers.
Well, Kirk tried the freeze on the stone and the 8-foot on his first one. Had great weight, but it just didn't get right on top of the face. And so Kevin Cooey able to pick it out. And that is why he faces 2, looking for the nose hit on the shot stone.
And Saskatchewan will have to wait another year for a Canadian men's curling champion. They've waited a long time, of course. 1980 and Rick Folk the last time.
Shot.
Again, a win by Alberta, and they would be guaranteed a spot in the 1-2 Page playoff. If first or second, not determined, but they would be into that all-important 1-2 game.
High. Weight's good. Oh. High half. Line's a little full right now, guys.
Gotta
High
curl.
half.
Whoa, whoa.
You're going to have to crush this at the end.
West a little. West. Come on, all the way to stop.
It's working, it's working, it's going, it's going, it's going.
Come on.
Further to
Attaboy.
your point, though, Russ, I mean, we always say, do you want to bring that game into the rings without Last Raw?
Yeah, that's just it. The long guard, well, it's not that long a guard anymore, but it's when it was a long guard, I kind of like the idea of tapping that out, sitting 2, and see what Ontario does. But I think Brendan, the calculated strategist that he is, this isn't going to hurt him either. And by getting rid of the guards, you can freewheel. You can throw some heavy weight later if you have to.
Freezing the back one.
Okie dokie.
Going away from the guard now, try and freeze the back one.
75 to get back there, I think.
Does that look like max ice to you guys? That's probably about right.
That's
right?
real close.
We don't want to hit center line, so.
I don't want to jump this early
I
on
think
this line.
Ontario has a good chance to force wild card, which is what they need to do. But the problem has been with wild card is trying for Ontario to score more than one with the hammer. And I think it's wild card setup in the center. They set up so well with the first one and the second one top in a perfect guard, and you never get a chance to even use your corners. You're always chasing in the middle. That's how critical it is.
You never get a chance to talk, Kathy, obviously. Well, it's okay.
That's okay. It's my friend Cheryl. You talk.
Oh.
Sorry, Kathy.
Oh, wow.
Yes, but Victor, it's my turn now.
Okay.
So for Brad Jacobs had a hit and roll opportunity. He was not shot, but really tough for Brad Gushue to get it out without jamming. And so he hit a stone that was out in the wings. It is the Gushue stone that is shot, but only by an inch or two. So if he can tap it back just that much, it's for 2.
Hard, Ryan!
Like that?
Just like that.
Okay. Anything to say, Cheryl?
No, I'm all done now.
Okay.
Me too.
Thank you. Northern Ontario picks up a couple.
Sorry, Kathy.
Come on.
Close. Real close.
Shoot.
Okay. That was a good throw. It was a good throw. Brad hit it a little.
Yes. Well, I think anywhere in this area.
So, so what do we want to leave? Like, I'm assuming we go here, he plays here, and then we're playing back? That's the plan?
Well, it depends if we want to sell the farm or not. If we go here and he runs it in sticks, we could always go back here and make him draw us with a double. He probably throws a double for 2.
I don't think he's going to run, because then this isn't going anywhere.
No, I mean, on his second one.
Yeah.
Cheryl, we're going to an update, okay?
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Okay, Kathy, that yellow stone at the back or the red? What do you think?
Do you know what? I'm not 100% sure. They seem to feel that it is the red stone. Jim Cotter played a big weight shot on his final, a chance to lie 5, but he caught it a little bit too thick and just moved that yellow stone over. So I think because they're not sure, Mike is playing the nose hit for 2.
Both these teams eliminated yesterday with a 5th loss. Very tough for those teams coming and bringing their records with them from the pool play. 3 losses, that's difficult. We've seen over the course of time that 3 losses in any Brier, not just this new format, second year for this format, there's 2. 3 losses is likely as many as you can afford. 4 would maybe get you a tiebreaker, but 5 is always too
I think
many.
you want to over-curl it a shade, right?
Yeah, like even touch center's fine.
I think you have to throw the guard here, Russ. If you come into the rings,
Yes.
I mean, it's a pretty easy run back for Brendan. Yes, that one red isn't going anywhere, but this is your chance to maybe either
You like this, eh, Wes?
get Brendan come around, or he makes a run back and leaves the center guard again.
Exactly.
Well, he said, is it too early, as he said, to sell the farm, as it were, go all in? I mean, we're only, what, in 7?
Which we like, right?
Ontario.
Yeah, and I don't think it is. Force is huge. You can force, and then you have to do something with the hammer, but you don't need to go aggressive for a hard steal, and you might get one just because somebody misses.
Nice.
Speed's good?
Yeah.
Like game speed?
Game speed here. We got it worked in.
Well, that's some good information, Russ. They said they've got that ice now worked in, and they're adapting to it.
That's a good description of what it is. When you're brushing, you're adding maybe a degree of temperature to the ice and make it a little bit greasier. That's why you brush. So that's what he's saying. We've brushed enough rocks here.
Line's fine. You don't need to finish. Line's fine. Line's perfect.
Just tight.
We can go a bit for weight. Just let it die.
Just tight.
Over and off. Let it die.
Good.
I like to be a little tighter than that. Okay.
No, that's a good spot, Scotty.
Good.
Yep. Freeze top.
I think we need to be pretty good.
Shot.
Sure.
This is really what Ontario wanted, is to get Brendan to maybe ignore that center and play in the rings, because that's your chance.
Now they have a center to work with.
Mhm.
Yes, yes.
we
Which
have a
could
good
backfire, but
Okay, so then why bite on this if you're Brendan? Why are you going to? Why are you not peeling that off?
Well, because I think the problem is he peels that off, and now Ontario comes in top 4, and it could be a real tough shot. So Brendan's saying, you know what, I'm going to get there first and see if I can get a mistake out of Ontario.
Yeah, this shot could make Brendan's last one easier.
Top 4, Darren. Let's make a good one.
Yeah, I like that.
So even better,
15?
not playing back. Let's go top 4, so we'll even go there first.
Yeah, I think Brendan's original idea, which wasn't wrong, was to unlock the red one and like tap it back, get rid of the yellow. Then if Ontario does something, but Ontario's not going to go back there with that center guard. So this makes more sense. Ontario wants to bury one top 4, so beat them in.
And then this is a possibility for a skip's deuce.
So a little heavy, nothing yet from Thiessen or Martin, wanting to go top 4.
We're still there. We're bumping.
Bumping a hair.
Just for line. Just for line.
Hard.
And now back they're going to go.
Okay. Good.
Interesting. You know, that was the seed was planted.
Yeah.
And
that's true.
He wasn't able to change the mindset.
Heavy. Okay, good sweep.
Good shot.
Yeah.
You could just freeze this slightly on the inside center line side if you.
You never like going top.
No, because he'll have a route. Unless we're dead perfect top button, he's going to have a route to move us. I like this.
Okay. Same path you just threw.
This is what's paid the bills for this Ontario team all year. This type of shot.
John's.
Weight's there right now.
Whoa.
Pretty quick spot.
Just tee. Small tap.
Whoa.
Close.
Good.
Small tap.
Yep. They're right on top of it, I think.
Yep.
Chadwick,
Small
Forget.
tap still.
Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Yep. I'm gonna go for weight.
Whoa. Whoa.
Looks pretty good.
And yeah, there they go.
Okay.
Nice shot.
And now just follow him down and grab enough of that button for the single.
It's a big force. It gets you the hammer back and gives you a chance.
And the hammer in 8.
Yes.
That's true.
Yes. And you might get a steal. You don't know.
Yeah. Right to the button would be nice.
Here less.
Yeah, I took a broom less ice.
Yeah.
Give you a few feet less weight.
Yeah.
Should be close.
Yeah.
So final stone for last year's runner-up, Brendan Bottcher.
Whoa early.
Wait only where?
Whoa early.
Okay, just line right now.
Former Canadian World Junior Champion.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Thiessen.
Yeah.
Martin.
Line's good.
Holding calling line.
Need backing if we can.
Yeah.
We're bumping. We're bumping.
Hard.
Got to get it over there. You got to grab that button now. Got to curl over. Oh, and that'll work just fine. One it is.
Nice run.
Did he just give me the finger?
Good shot.
It's a must-win for Ontario, a win for Wild Card, and they are into the Final 4. As we welcome you back on this Friday afternoon to Brandon, our coverage of the Tim Hortons Brier. We go to wait. That all-important last rock now belongs to Ontario, so they have the hammer playing the Red Stormers. We compare the numbers for the two leads. You saw Carrick Martin. Of course, this is Scott Chadwick.
Curling real early.
Well, look at Carrick's numbers, 95%, and this is, we were talking about it. This is why people cannot score or use the hammer against Team Wildcard, because of these setup shots. Now you'll see Carrick come down again, put a guard on this, and they chase all end.
Line's good. Line's good. Great pair. No. Great pair.
Yeah, I think the wildcard front end said their best event I've ever seen. Carrick's 6th, but he's like 1 point away from everybody else, which is nothing. And Brad's tied for 3rd. And all the leads have to be so accurate now. I agree, Cheryl. It just puts the opponent in such a hole.
you know, those are offset, then there's something you can come around, or if they're deep, it's just the lead in second position. Critical.
You don't need
never
to.
dare.
You don't need to.
Wait's good.
Line's good.
Halfway.
Line's
Close.
good.
Maybe Darren.
Darren, if anything, but line's good.
We're halfway high.
Well,
Maybe a little.
line's real
Close.
good.
No, it's line's good.
Line's good. Line's good.
Good shot,
Very good.
Brad.
Nice shot.
Look at that. It's perfect positioning, all three of them.
Yeah.
Can you make the intern?
What looks good, Wes?
Brad Thiessen,
Just tap it across the sheet.
West Forget.
Those are some great numbers by both.
I mean, if you make the nose runner, I don't mind it, but if you can make the intern and tap it, open up the four for that.
That was his first call.
Was it the intern tap?
Yeah.
You're okay with that? On this one?
We got to get creative here if you want to have a chance.
Let's play it really
That's well
tight to the
said,
guard
Wes.
and-
Yep.
You need to get creative.
That run back's too dangerous.
Fine if the shooter rolls out in the open. You're just trying to give us access to the forefoot, right?
You're also down to almost 11 and a half minutes here.
Each team starts with 38 minutes of thinking time. They do have two 90-second timeouts.
Zero line.
No. It's close. Whoa,
Scott, just go on it.
No, it's not close.
Anything you got. Touch it.
Sit.
Sit.
Sit. Sit.
Okay, it's better.
Edgy.
7-2, Alberta leads it, and look like they can add a couple more here.
Well, they can. That stone on the far side was buried, and so Kirk made two very good out turns to get buried. The first one, Kevin Cooey able to pick out. This one, he's playing a softer weight to get by the very long guard to tap it back for two.
You know, it's funny, we were
Flash.
chatting earlier about
Flash all the way, you're good.
West Forget and the lift, and you look at Kevin Cooey, for example. There's just that little lift, and then off he goes, right? I mean,
it's like the Dave Neto and tip.
Dave Neto went out of that. He was in that little box.
Yeah.
It was like he was in he had a phone book kind of delivery.
He did.
And very much similar as Cooey.
Yeah, but again, it adds that little bit of momentum to get that 40-pound object moving.
Come on, buddy, go.
Go, go.
Go, 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 go.
Cooey, if he's
That's a
throwing
good
a high
spot.
hard one, he takes it back quite a ways also.
Good sweep.
Good.
Yeah.
Northern Ontario and Team Canada, and it is 1-2 for Northern Ontario, and the last stone to be played by Brad Gushue.
And this is one of the few times in this game that it's been Gushue chasing Brad Jacobs. Brad Jacobs made a very nice hit and roll under, and that's why it is the two that he faces. Only needs 8 foot.
Which Brad is this?
I know it's Brad.
Gushue throwing, Jacobs waiting.
I don't think you need it. I thought it was good, though. Yeah. Back four. Line's good. Curling. No, curling now, jab. 15-1.
Back button, back four.
15-1.
Very nice.
They draw for the single to go up by 2.
Brings our corners back into play at least. Just firm.
Little scoreboard watching going on. Maybe Alberta leading comfortably in their game. Team Canada's leading there. If those scores do hold, then Alberta would be given first overall.
Backswing coming on this one. You need to move some rocks.
Yep. 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 Hard. Hard. Oh.
Good.
Nice shot.
Helps. But look what you're having to contend with if you're Ontario just to try to score one.
Yes, and you're talking some of the best in the world that can get out of these messes. You sure would be in trouble at the club level if this situation presented itself.
There's the clock difference. It's 9 minutes difference. Ontario's eaten that much more, so they'll likely go to their
Clean.
their timeouts a little further down.
Weight's really good. Just a little bump.
Yeah.
A little
Small
bump.
bump.
Just a little bump.
Small bump.
Clean.
Top
Can
four.
I go?
Yep. No, Brad. Go ahead.
Little bump. Little bump.
Go ahead. Whoa now.
In they go.
a
The
very
other
good
thing,
shot.
Cheryl, is
Very
we
good
talked
shot.
about the Ontario ticks. Well, they put up the corners, but you're not going to play a tick on a stone. Or what doesn't seem to be anyway. Wild card, when they come in with their first two, what are you going to tick? You're going to move them around in the house? Or could you? I mean,
No.
Well, no, because
you wouldn't do that, right?
No, you've got hammer and you need to score, so you're going to use those first two stones to kind of set up your corner guard. So you're not, but you do play that later in the end, Vic. But the problem is team wildcard's been setting up that center guard, so well, you never get a chance to get in to tip them or tap them around.
Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah.
Well, I got it by and touch him again and get rid of two.
Oh, that was a good shot.
So very nice, John Buke.
Is where their corner rolled to, it's usable to tap. And now it's almost like center guards. You can see Brendan's going right around it.
That is the danger, isn't it, with the well-placed rocks? There's been two run back doubles made here by Ontario, and they're still in big trouble. If this is made properly, they might not score at all.
Room.
Nope.
It's wider.
Yeah.
Line's pretty good.
Weight's close.
Darren Mulder.
Line's good.
A little.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go
Top
Brad,
four.
left. Straight.
A
Top
little.
Top
Hard
four.
line.
Top four.
Straight, Brad. Keep it straight.
Trying to keep it straight. You hear them.
Whoa.
Decent. Martin,
Yep.
Don't
trying to keep it straight and wrap it around. Oh,
That's okay.
We needed it. Yeah.
Good shot.
and maybe just a little touch on the way by.
Thanks.
Yeah, it did.
It was a brilliant touch because they said they needed it. They didn't want it much deeper than that.
So, Molding,
Great manage.
Buke, and their numbers.
Boy, just two raised doubles, and you still have nothing to work with.
It's
Line's good. 4-5. Top short. Lots. Line's good. Yeah. Yeah, we gotta go. Yeah. Hard, you got it.
In a 5-5 tie. Oh my goodness gracious! Hey, this is a test for you. Shot rock belongs to BC.
It does. That yellow stone that's at the top of the forefoot was the corner freeze attempt by Mike McEwen on his final. It is second shot. And so I think that for Jim, he's trying to just come off his own a little bit and get into the full forefoot for the second point.
A little wiggle.
Yeah.
Okay, you might have to
Both these teams again in 5 losses, eliminated from moving on. Jim Cotter and the team from the Vernon Curling Club, backed up by Rick Sawatsky, Terrell Griffith, and Steve Laycock.
Well, this wasn't the way he was going to play it, but
that'll
good
work.
audible.
That'll be for 2.
That's pretty gross.
That's the kind of week it's been for him.
Yeah, well said.
And for
Yeah.
Mike McEwen.
Which I like. I like that.
Just move it like 6 inches.
Yeah.
We actually want to keep this one, the shooter, under.
Yeah,
a
we're
little
trying to
bit.
hit like 3/4 of it.
We don't want it to go open.
If
So
he's
then he
going
can
tight
nose.
guard, it's not terrible, right?
Yeah, I think we have to. Because he's got the end turn probably.
He's got that intern
I like
Yeah,
it.
just we'll come to here. Okay,
This
top
is a
line.
good call. They were going to throw just a guard, but they can see that.
like
You
this.
see that yellow, that shot, I think. Well, Ontario has the intern tap for 2 there.
So they just pump it to there, stay there, and it accomplishes both. It's kind of a double guard here.
Yeah, I like that.
Sure.
That's probably max ice. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Great shot by Jonathan Buke to force them to this.
Incredible.
Clean.
My apologies to Brendan. He's 27 years of age. I've been saying 26.
I wouldn't mind if you got my age wrong that way.
Top 4.
Weight's perfect.
Little heavy.
Man, I'd be a real liar.
That's okay.
That's stretching the truth, don't you think?
It's all right.
Great shot.
There you go. Moving it back. Well, you know, we said this about Scott McDonald. His numbers had trended down. He was 78, 81, 81, and then 78. But look at today, 88% for him. So bringing his game up when needed the most. But boy, how do you keep pace with that with Brendan Bottcher at 96%? Player numbers are brought to you by New Holland. Hashtag Together Blue.
And he just made another beauty.
This is the danger with the 5 rock rule. It's more entertaining for sure, but it's an absolute nightmare when you're losing.
Yeah.
If you're going to play against a team that's putting them in the right positions, play it back. 2 raised doubles in a row, then a perfect come around angle freeze to set up 2 shots. And now look what they're left with after making those 3 incredible shots in a row for Ontario.
Well, and to Vic's point, he was asking, what could you do differently if you're Ontario? Well, Alberta puts first 2, top 4 button. Well, you're not going to play into the rings, although I wonder if you should, but you throw the 2 corners, they cap it, and then you chase the rest of the end.
Exactly.
I mean, when you're down this much, you're forced to the corners, and you hope those setup shots by wildcard aren't set up well.
Yeah, the raised double needed to be a raised triple.
Yes. Yeah. You need a lot of that.
Trying to come around, and not a lot of room behind past this corner guard to get in here for Scott.
Wade's close.
Scott, hard. Yep, hard. Line only. Whoa, hard.
Chadwick, Forget.
Line only.
Whoa. Yep, gotta go.
Back button, back forward.
He's just trying to touch it for shot.
Whoa,
yes.
Back forward, back button.
Right off.
Whoa.
And he's oh dear, and it didn't come over enough, and will slip to the back 8.
It's not bad, guys.
That works.
It's 3rd shot.
So he becomes one of a list of rookie skips for Ontario at the Brier. I mean, John Epping last year finished 3rd overall, went 9-4. Best performance ever, though, was Glenn, of course, after you moved to New Brunswick. And what is in the cards now for Scott McDonald as he comes in currently at 6-3.
They're forced to play the yellow tap here because an angle raise is available for a score of as many as 3 for Scott.
Whoa! Just your line. Whoa!
Yeah!
Whoa!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Clean!
Decent.
Whoa!
My goodness, look at him lean on that to get it by that one. Angle it back and pushes it back and through.
Beauty.
Fantastic. Boy, this team wildcard looks sharp.
Well, he said, pardon me, I'm sorry. He said that game in Alberta was their best game and they lost it.
Yep, and one great shot by the opposition skip. They outplayed Team Alberta the whole game.
And there you go. That now familiar brushing of these two. Thiessen and Carrick Martin way down. Low hand. Just above the brush head.
Call time because we don't have a lot of time.
This is almost unmakeable.
I don't know. Are we in a place where we need 2 here? Like, just throw for the game right now?
Dribble? Yeah.
Well, you heard the front end. I think it was Forget that said to Scott Chadwick, are we in the position for us to play for the game?
I think you are. 2 down. 2 down playing 9. We always went, long as you could steal one every end and catch up mathematically, you wouldn't gamble. So in this case, you draw for 1. You're 2 down, steal 9, steal 10, steal 11 to win. But the draw is so hard.
Yeah, exactly. If it was an easy draw, you probably wouldn't play this, but you might not make the draw either.
Yeah, well, the draw just went to the back 8, right? I mean, and it was a little unlucky. If he would have touched it, it may have stopped.
Would have been good.
Right.
It's a tight port with dead draw weight. That's the issue.
Yeah.
If you make this and stick it there, you get your 3?
You'll never stick it, I don't think, but you could get that 2.
All right. You have to be careful, too, over here. There's a jam at the back. Does that come into play? It's possible?
Yes, it's possible, but it should be far enough away.
All right.
I don't think he can stick it, Cheryl.
Close. You got to throw a lot of weight, so probably not.
You'd hate to hang around but not move the yellows far enough.
For the game, possibly. For Ontario. They need to win. So here we go. Chadwick Forget, Butte calling line, get it by. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, and he'll run it by. And what it is, Team Wildcard will pick up the steal of one. And with that, the Brier may have just gone away. Well, you do wonder now about Ontario's chances after giving up that steal, falling now 4 back with 2 to play, and once again Ontario. And Scott McDonald, the team from the Cataraqui in Kingston, will have last rock. They have the Hammer playing the Redstones. They had a hog line violation on their first, so it's at the bumper. So 2 stones are in, and this is the second now for their lead, Scott Chadwick, as we go over to Alberta and Saskatchewan. And boy, again, chasing Saskatchewan all the game long.
Well, Saskatchewan was shot, and on his first one, Kirk was trying to freeze into it. It over-curled, and Kevin Cooey made a soft weight shot to lie the 3. He's trying to run his own back. 2 will go, but I don't know if the third one will.
I think that's pretty good.
And moves it far enough. That may be top, maybe the shot rock.
Either way, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. And 1 red they're going to give them, and the hands come out, and so that will be all. And Alberta, with that win, 10 straight now, they are guaranteed to be in the 1-2 page playoff game. 1 or 2, that's to be decided, but boy, that's a big step when you're in that 1-2 game.
Is that 1 yellow?
I think we're all there.
Hey, line's good. Little full.
Back 4 probably.
Whoa.
No, then.
Lots.
Line's going to be good if you're T-ish.
Lots.
Let it work,
Back
though.
4.
Don't even, right off. Right off. No, leave it high. I don't want it deep.
Scott, right back.
Nope.
Go back line.
No.
It's good, Wes.
No, it's good. Oh, okay.
Half. Yeah.
Maybe a good half.
Yep.
Solid hack.
Yep. Hard.
Hard there.
Clean.
Whoa.
Weight's good. Make the roll. Make the roll.
Yep.
Trying to get away from the corner guard here.
Good shot.
Very hard.
Good shot.
Do we tick the yellow one we buy in and make a pocket back 4?
Yeah.
I think so, with that same intern. Same weight, just kind of tap it and roll.
Just like a couple feet more.
Sure.
Back line.
Yeah, hit about half of this.
Half, okay.
What weight?
A couple feet more than I just threw.
You saw Wildcard, they threw one of their stones through because at this point their own stones are almost helping Ontario. So Ontario just going to try and tap it back, use these as a wall, something that they can create a mistake on from Wildcard team.
Back line.
Yeah.
Wes Forget.
Drew.
Are you frustrated at this point in time, Cheryl, if you are Ontario? I mean, you haven't played that badly. It's just that 3 out of the gate changed the complexion entirely.
Well, it really did. No, they haven't played. If you take that 3 away, then you're probably looking at different ends.
Really
but
different throw.
It is frustrating because you can't get anything going. It's been the setup by the front end on Wildcard's team. It's just been taking any opportunity away from Ontario.
Clean.
Yep.
You know, you look at it differently. If the 3 didn't go up, then you know that Wildcard would have thrown some center guards, tight guards, and then you would have been able to tick, and you'd have rolled for corners, and so the game's completely different.
Yeah, exactly. You can't. Bottcher knows what he's doing with a 3-point lead. It just simplifies at every end strategically.
8-5.
Line's good.
Weight's real close.
Jonathan Butte.
Lots of line right now.
And it kind of goes from bad to worse, doesn't it? Hogline violation, then they hit that yellow a little thin, rolled right through the rings. Now all the guards are gone.
Back button.
Let it work a bit.
Back 4.
Yep. Whoa.
Just need you here.
Touch. Well, it's good, Johnny. Great shot, John.
Pretty nice.
Nice shot, Johnny.
Okay.
Can we blast it through the hole? It's pretty much a freeze.
Can we just blast it through the hole?
It's never gonna go.
Okay.
Okay.
Looks like it does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go take a
No,
look,
I don't
Brad.
think it does. That hole must look bigger on the screen.
He said, yeah, that's okay. It looks.
I suppose if you make this, then the most it ever is 2. Right?
No.
I like your call.
Yeah, we like it. Yeah.
Back
let
line.
him. You know, it's funny how many times we hear this, and there's
you
times when just don't say anything. Look at where you are. Look at the score. Let him call it. Do his thing. How much
like
more
you
can
can
you
blast.
want from him?
No, yeah, and Brendan specifically.
Like you make this, whether you plant it or just clip it.
You're right that I don't think it goes.
It's
okay.
never 2.
Darren didn't believe
Never
him.
more than 2.
And I can get it out.
Like right in the cross?
Yeah.
Like that?
I think I can.
Well, let's give it a go.
Bomb.
I think that's our best leave, though, is to get rid of this one now, though.
Yeah, okay.
Again,
throw it
playing the
hard.
scoreboard. You don't have
You
to
just gotta
take
hit
that
it high
chance
so
with a
the shooter
4-point
goes,
lead.
Right?
I think I can get it that way.
Okay. Yeah.
Just gotta throw it pretty hard.
That's
As long as I peel it, we're good.
Just a hair high.
Yeah,
Battle of
it's
the
gonna be-
backswings here now.
Just a hair.
The red will spring out with peel weight.
Boy, that's a big throw, big push as we go over to British Columbia, Manitoba, and the BC with shot rock right on the lid.
Mike played a tap to life 4 on his first, so Jim Cotter was trying to freeze, tapped it just, maybe about 8 inches. This is the pick out for big points.
And get sliced this through the hole. One big last hurrah, and away they go. And now you look at 1, 2, and 3. It looks like. Round the edge, 2 for sure.
Close.
Good sweep.
Could be 2.
Sorry, I tried to give it a chance. I think it is 3. Yeah. It's close, man.
Wait, so close. Want to go.
We're watching Jonathan Buke in the Ontario third.
Line's good. Shots rock. No.
You can go bit.
Shots rock.
You can go bit.
So Manitoba getting their 3.
Good, John.
Not a boy.
Really nice.
2, I think.
Okay. Only the deuce?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I think.
Yeah, we don't really want to do that.
No.
No, they're
Actually,
great
if you
freeze
pick
by
it clean,
Ontario.
you'll get them both.
Yeah.
If you can pick it clean.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Just got to make sure we hit it. I'm not sure
And
if nosing
you're
it.
right,
Like,
just the 2.
Let's just,
that, That's not bad, right?
Yeah.
Then he's got to make a good freeze up here again.
okay.
Yeah. Right on the beak.
Okay, outside's fine. At least that goes, right? Yeah.
If you did,
I don't want to play around too much, but nose would be nice.
Yeah.
You know, the other thing, too, is an Ontario rookies.
Then he's got to try to freeze.
Bottcher
cars
said to
above
me
the
earlier
T line
today,
again.
I said, you know the importance of the games. He says, sure. And I said, any thought? He says, no. We've played in so many big games over the past couple of years. That means something. It truly does. I mean, it's a cliche, but he doesn't. This isn't the first time he's been in this situation.
No, and they've learned how to win in those big games and what they need to do in big games.
Shot.
Good.
that's a better.
I thought Darren said something really interesting a couple weeks ago where he said that this year that they've learned as a team that what they've been doing is working, that the mental and the training and the practice they've been doing, and they just need to keep doing more of the
Yeah,
same.
that's not bad at all.
For the first couple of years as a team, you keep switching stuff up to try to figure out, what do you need to do as a team to win, and now it's working.
Thanks.
Didn't want to be low.
Johnny's ran pretty true.
Johnny's ran real nice.
Yeah.
Make it good, guys.
Yep.
Try one more time to lock one on there. It's incredible how close they are 9 times out of 10, Cheryl, with these freezes.
Guys, line's fine. Real good. Line's fine. Aim for the tee. Want to just touch the tee. Scott, you rock the whole way. Line's good. Scott's rock.
Really got to go.
Yeah, I got to go hard.
Scott's rock. That's Scott Chadwick. And now.
Got to hold it, guys. Got to hold line.
Got to hold it.
Got to hold line.
And over curl.
Oh, boy.
Over curl.
Well, if he knows he's got a chance.
Brilliant weight again, to your point, Russ.
All right, so my goodness, here we go. Shot rock is Team Canada back of the button, and final stone belongs to Northern Ontario and Brad Jacobs.
Well, he was trying to tap on his first stone to lie for it. Just didn't finish enough, and he scattered them, and he actually makes that yellow stone harder to get out. A lot of time in this end, both teams taking timeouts. Brad Gushue guarded on his final stone. The best chance to get to that stone is off this long guard at an angle.
Kathy, only one stone is out of play. Final rock on the way. Northern Ontario. Angle it back. What do you got? Oh, kicked it right out of there. Now, have a look. 1, 2, 3. Wonderful shot, Brad Jacobs.
Unbelievable.
Brilliant.
What great weight for that shot.
Kath, while we have you there, I thought Brad Gushue would guard that one.
He guarded. He was more worried about the double run off the yellows than that, because that was his best shot for sure.
Yeah, obviously, that was a gimme.
Yeah.
What a shot.
Yeah. Hard. 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 Hard.
Sit perfect. Great shot. It's good.
Great
Money.
Just hit the 2.
Nice shot.
So now that changes the complexion with that. Northern Ontario taking the lead there. If that score holds up, Alberta having already won, then tonight, Northern Ontario and Alberta's game would be for first place.
Massive. What a 3-ender, and as Kathy said, if Brad Jacobs had made his first one, he would have maybe scored 4 or 5. What a shot, though, after missing his first.
I'll follow it.
Very good, Scotty. You got it. Let's make this.
Yeah.
Get her down there.
Nope.
Final stone.
Yep. Yeah. Hard.
They need something, Ontario. They're down by 4. They need something here. Bang.
Go.
Move it. Far enough. They need something, and they get it.
Fantastic.
2 for Ontario. And they'll live another end. It's going to be tough, but they've given themselves a chance. So you say there's a chance. Well, there is now after Ontario makes that terrific double. They're down by 2. Team wildcard with Last Rock. They have the hammer playing the Yellowstones coming home. You were a little surprised, Russ, you said during the break, that he could throw it that hard.
Yeah, we haven't seen him display that very often. Not that he can't make it, we just haven't seen him do it. And ironically, that was an exact spot where he missed the wide open hit for 3 in the first end.
Well, he's going to need one of those now, isn't he? A stolen end and timeout being called. There you are, going to be a little tight on time. So that's number 1.
But they have been doing it all week.
If you're here, he's probably playing that double.
Yep.
Which
doesn't
has some danger, but if he makes it, it's game over.
Right. If we just go good now, he's going to rip the center, and then we can go tight high, right? It's cute.
Yes. Well, how do we get 2 around the corner guard? Or if we draw. Okay, what I think we do is we throw 1 high one.
That's what I'm.
Get him to rip, go around the corner guard, hope that he misses the slash, go around the corner guard again.
Yeah. And there's some danger here too, right? Like that's not.
I think we throw.
automatic.
Okay, 1 high, then we're going around the corner.
Yeah.
Watch Brier.
I like that.
Yeah, thanks.
Looks good.
That's the best advice.
Okay.
Don't trip on the rocks.
I do what I can, man.
You still got one more, right? Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach. Don't trip on the rock.
I think this makes some sense. They're trying to save that corner guard. Because they know Bottcher's not going to leave the centers. And then get around it, and maybe get around it again. The hard part, you can't give Brendan a wide open hit to win. You've got to have 2 buried or 3 in the rings.
It's kind of what Jacobs did to McDonald last night. He
Yes.
made McDonald look at 2, look at 2, a steal.
Really over curling already.
Losing line on this one. It's going to set up an angle double.
Hey, good shot, Wes. It's fine.
Good.
It's good.
Okay. Just wait, I gotta get my grip.
Heel, 3/4.
3/4, 2/3, something like that. Thin 3/4.
Yep. Yeah.
Gratisan holding. He's going to run it back and get them both. And he does.
Attaboy, Brad.
Perfect.
Good shot.
Good shot. Good job, bud.
Sorry, where are we going?
We're throwing a corner guard.
Okay, it's gonna make us peel real easy, right?
Yeah. Why don't we just go around the corner now and split the rings? And then
Or go high now, at least it makes it a little tougher. Or throw a guard on the corner guard.
Out.
Yeah,
There's
that was
no
my
great
thought.
options.
That was my thought. Go around the corner.
Then he peels and we're done.
Then we split the rings. He has to.
You go
wide
here.
open though, eh?
Yeah, I
it's
think
not
that's your
great.
chance right there. Get
you
around
wanna put
this
a corner
yellow one
there,
somehow.
We just keep
Yeah, I don't mind that.
We just keep guarding. Yeah, we can lie 2 in his
Okay.
last.
I don't mind that.
Let's
Corner
do
freeze
that. Corner freeze that.
We're going around this corner.
Go around the red corner guard, which is the standard play. Team wildcard peels it, you draw for 2, and one of the best hitters in the planet's got a wide open hit, and he doesn't have to stay. So you've got to kind of sneak a third rock in there somehow. So
Wade's close.
we're going to corner freeze this yellow and hope for a jam. And then they have 2 corner
We're
guards.
real close. We're gonna
Yeah,
get
it's
into
still
some new
early
stuff, though,
enough.
guys.
Line
Clean
only.
the line.
Wade's real good.
Whoa. John
Whoa,
only
whoa.
right now.
Whoa, it's
The
got a
line's
curl.
good. Scott.
Got a curl.
Gotta go.
John.
Gotta go.
Hard,
John.
John.
John, if you can.
Hard, John, come on.
Go.
Right where they
Great shot,
wanted it.
great shot,
Just
Wes.
an unbelievable draw weight on this team.
Really good, man.
Yep. Clean. Good shot.
Good job, Brad. Attaboy.
Big deal. Still big deal.
Yeah.
Really gotta go, boys.
Nice.
Could freeze it again.
Oh, so not allowing a
Kinda
lot of
like it,
steals
yeah.
either. Draw 5 was the last time they allowed more than a steal of 1. Just speaks to their level of play this week.
Line's good.
And rock
2
placement, we
to
talked
change,
about it
2.
a couple ends earlier.
Switch. Just go all the way.
Short of it.
Go all the way. Just keep it moving. Keep it moving. It's fine. It's good. Good shot.
Just peel it.
Can we just peel it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just single peel.
Clean. Whoa.
It's fine.
Good.
Nice shot.
Well, I think the game story really was that first wild card with last rock, taking no chances. Then the miss by Ontario. Bang, they get 3, and the complexion changes. And Ontario trying to catch up the entire way. Wonderful game being thrown by the entire team by Alberta. Martin 91, Thiessen 93, Moulding 91, Brendan Bottcher 97%. Game story brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada.
Weight's close.
I don't
Scotch
want to.
rock. Line only. 7/8 freeze. Whoa. Scotch rock.
Scotch rock.
Scotch
Lines
rock.
of hair tight.
Weight's real good. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There. Whoa, whoa,
Line
whoa,
only.
then. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, right off, right off, right off.
No, weight's perfect.
Whoa, whoa. Come up a hair.
Attaboy.
Good.
Hey.
Great shot.
Man, like go back to your club and give those a try.
Yeah. A lot of
It's
practice that all
just
the time.
fantastic.
So you can roll the
It's far simpler down into the forefoot than it is out to the wings.
Had to curl another inch.
This one's not going to end up in the house.
But why do we need... The best they're getting around there is biting 12.
I know. I'm fine with this too.
I like that because they're going to have to hit it. Yeah.
Well, I don't like
Top
drawing
8.
center.
Well.
No, right on the pan. Right on the can.
Okay.
Okay.
You could actually probably throw. Well, you wouldn't be able to get them both in, I don't think, Cheryl. But you could certainly roll 2 of those reds in, either your shooter or the back one. And this makes some sense too, because Bottcher doesn't want to do that for them.
A little heavy. That's fine.
No, not going to easily happen.
Never.
Line's good.
Back 8, it's fine. It's not bad.
Still there. Tough 4.
Make sure.
Line's good.
Darren Molding.
Back button's fine.
That's fine, yeah. Anywhere in the forefoot's pretty good. Good. Nice shot. 14-9.
Nice.
Going right to the lid.
To get these to go.
Tip.
That
I mean, even if 2 of those rocks go in.
He sees it too.
yeah. That top freeze is
Where you
about
hitting
a
that
half
nose?
an inch over curled. Or I think you could roll all 3 in.
Good. I think we need to
Jump the shooter over a bit.
jump the shooter.
Should be able
with
to
it.
get 2
Don't
in.
think the middle red's going anywhere. We're just a little bit too staggered.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the
Throw the
middle
smoke.
one that's the issue.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. This will be what I threw last end.
Okay, got it.
We can get 2 in. It's a real success.
Let's do it.
Throwing the turn that'll allow those 2 to slide in there, but not the shooter.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Skip Stones. Scott McDonald first. Okay, now look at this. Oh boy, he had it figured out. He'll spin 2 in.
Tell you, we haven't seen the end of this team.
It's impressive, the angles that you see Scott's last shot making.
In a 7-7 tie, we go to BC, Manitoba, and final stone on the way, Jim Cotter.
He is playing the triple. Potential for 2 or 3.
Right off. This one on the tee.
All on its own, and will not, and that will be for 2 more. Manitoba picks up the steal.
Oh, clean.
Bottcher is first. Get them both, and he will. And it'll be handshakes. And Team Wildcard has qualified for the Final 4. And Ontario's run at the Brier has come to an end. Make the final 6-4.
Hi, Rory.
The 2019 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada.
Well, he should be very proud, I think. Ontario and Scott McDonald eliminated now with that loss. They fall to 6-4, and we know the 4 teams that will be in the Page playoffs starting tomorrow. Alberta, Northern Ontario, Team Canada wildcard. Where they will settle out, though, is still to be decided. So let's go over to the game between Northern Ontario and Team Canada. As we play in 10, they blank the 9th. And so Northern Ontario leads it by 1-6-5. Team Canada, Brad Gouge, have the last drop, Kathy. They have the hammer playing the Yellowstones.
Well, the biggest shot that has been maybe not made well is that Yellowstone that was in the 12-foot. That was the freeze on his first shot by Brett Gallant, was just underthrown and rubbed off and actually guarded the Northern Ontario stone. And then EJ came around. That's why they like to.
And there again, a little rub and roll off.
That's a little light. You can get nose or hair.
Certainly don't want to make anything for him.
Could just freeze on the inside.
Just taking a guard.
Where? Guard that.
You could just freeze into the pocket, too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned if you throw a guard, they just run it onto their yellow.
It hasn't worked for Gushu, but there's a lot of yellow in there, isn't there? And that's what Gushu wants. It's
Brian Fry as
Keep
we
it out there.
play third stones. The way it sits right now, we know Alberta
Stay on it clean.
is into that 1-2 game.
Whoa.
If this score holds true with Northern Ontario leading,
Whoa.
You want me or
then Northern Ontario and Alberta will play tonight for first place.
Shot.
If Team Canada comes back to win this, then Alberta will be given first place immediately.
Any interest in playing this? Just with like here? Opens up this, which might allow us to get this to score if... Sure.
I think he's talking with down weight, too, just enough to kind of tap it in there.
Could you open up the front here, too? You could go get rid of a couple of reds. And
Good board.
Solid board?
you try so hard for your two, don't you? That obviously, it's tough to steal on a team like Northern Ontario at an extra end, but...
Like this? Yeah.
Tough shot. Yellow tap.
Yeah, I think it's just with maybe a board weight.
Yep.
This is the guy that comes up with a lot of big shots at the right time, though.
Yep.
Board.
Yep.
Mark Nichols throwing the third stones for the two-time defending champions.
Yep. Yes! Hard! Hard, you gotta go! Hard, Jeff!
Walker,
Hard.
Jeff Walker, angle it back. And there you go. That's a big shot at just the right time. Great line call. Brad Gushu, throw Mark Nichols and brush by Walker and Gallant.
How great is that shot in this situation?
Unbelievable.
Isn't that funny, though? You go back, because that was the first stone that Gallant did not come around to play the freeze on. He rubbed and rolled in. Wasn't that the one on the top 12?
That's a great shot.
And there were daggers being thrown.
That's right.
And that's the ultimate one that is on the double raise to the button.
It's not funny.
Open this up?
Yeah.
What are you
It
playing?
ended up being usable.
Just run stick.
Well, I'll try to get rid of both yellows.
Yeah, it's a really bizarre angle, but it is there.
That might not be a bad call, actually. This might not be a bad call.
I just like the freeze.
Okay. You like the freeze?
Yeah.
Well, if you were to tap,
You just might leave them.
and stay here,
Yeah.
gives
Okay.
us an option,
Okay.
right? Because right now,
I
if you
think you
just
wanna-
make the freeze, I mean, it's a good shot,
I kind of like this. Like,
right? And then you kind of have some options with this
Okay.
and over
Good
here.
shot.
I think that's a
Tap
good
it to the 4-foot.
discussion. If the freeze isn't made or you happen to rub off, it's over. This tap gives you a couple rocks that you can use. One might go on the scoreboard.
So
Yeah.
Fry, you're throwing T-line.
But you're going to
T-line
tap
back
it
button.
buried, and I don't see any raises.
No more timeouts remaining for either team. They both used their two.
I think they're trying to leave their shooter so they can use it.
Right.
Brian Fry.
Back four.
Whoa. Clean.
Freeze had some merits, too, Cheryl, because how do you get two?
Whoa.
You make a good freeze.
Back
Yeah,
four.
force, right?
Close. EJ.
EJ Harden picks him up.
Right. Yep. EJ. Every inch. Keep going.
Oof.
All right.
Now that angle that they talked about, that yellow onto yellow, is it still there or is it blocked?
It's blocked for sure.
But they rolled off too much. They wanted to leave their shooter up front.
Inside the red, but shot. I thought that would curl.
You don't want to bump this. Exactly.
So straight.
What's that? Did you get that?
Now, the problem with that shot is that they only have one magic bullet here to get out of this mess, and Team Goose, you can lock one in here and probably score their two here now.
He was back 8.
I think he was back 8.
You're different path,
So,
too.
like, compared to the out turn I threw 2 ends ago.
It's 2 feet slower now. That was as quick as you're going to see.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah, I think it's a couple feet slower than that. I think that.
So if I
On your
can't throw the
right-hand
same
side, you got the red, yellow, red, but it's
160 less?
still not going to get the shot rock, I don't think.
Wait the 4.
Top 8, but
you guys can do the rest.
Top 8, bite the 4.
Big trouble for Northern Ontario.
There we go.
Felt good, Jeff. A little heavy, but close.
Top button. Whoa. A little heavy. Oh, you got max
Glenn
line
Walker
right now.
liked it.
T-line.
All good, Jeff.
No, really needs a curl. Back button.
Still heavy. Trying.
No.
Still back button, Brad.
No, this is going to be bad right now if we don't get some curl. Hard, Jeff. Hard, Jeff. Hard. Whoa.
And then, boy, they got that curl, and then it came late. Boy, it just swooped on them.
Oh, dear. That's not good. Makes a pretty simple double.
Wish I'd known earlier it was that heavy, but earlier we
Can they
could've-
throw
could've
weight?
chopped
Yeah,
the
they
red.
can, can't they?
They can.
Well, it's interesting because
Intern? It's not.
Brad said he wanted to know, but I thought I heard them say it was heavy. They kept saying it's heavy. Whether
Yeah.
it just
I
got
heard
lost in
T-line
the
at
buzz
one
of the
point,
building, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
T-line, I thought
It's
it had
so
a
straight,
chance to
that spot, and I think they were
curl up
Brad
enough.
Gushu was just hoping it curled.
Yeah, you're right, Cheryl, because you heard Fry after he missed his tap by under curled by a couple inches. He said, boy, that's straight there.
Yeah.
And the same thing happened to the other team.
Current control.
So I think this is just there because it sounds like they're downing the weight a little bit.
I think it's more to, they don't want to make the double and roll away from that situation.
Skip stones.
Lots of time.
Look at that. There's not a stone out of play. There's not one at the bumper.
We know how straight it is here. He's got to protect on the inside. He can't wreck either.
EJ.
Oh, straight side.
Jacobs
Keep
first
going.
again.
Whoa, right,
EJ
right.
Harden.
Whoa,
Now Ryan trying to hold up that curl.
Whoa,
Trying to hold it up. Off
Gotta
he
curl
goes.
more.
Got one. Come over. Back it up and move it. Well, they're sitting the one for sure. And it looks like that Team Canada is the second at the back edge.
I think you're right.
That wasn't easy.
There was a little bit of manipulating going. They started first brushing to get it to curl and then to hold it straight.
Little unlucky, actually. There's a long raise here, I think, available. Run that red one back onto the yellow. It's a natural to kick this one this way and that one that way.
Boys, should go straight down
If
there.
they
I would think,
actually
eh?
stick it, they might be 2, depending on where this rock ends up. Oh. You probably had to throw that a little harder, Cheryl, but it was
Hard to do.
hard to do in that spot.
Because of the guard, the center guard.
Gushu.
Yep.
His first.
Whoa.
Trails by one.
Yes.
Kalin. Called on now. Run it back. Bang, bang. Away they go. Oh, and it's caught. It just got caught up. So now shot rock really close. It, in fact, maybe Northern Ontario.
I think it's red. Oh.
But he's still got a shot.
Frozen.
I'll have a look. Yeah, I'm thinking.
Right on there.
Red.
I'm thinking red.
We're second.
You threw down here.
We're first.
Oh,
We're shot.
Okay, so you hear them say,
good speed.
Ryan Fry saying, we're shot.
Time.
Red Stone, Northern Ontario.
But Brad Gushu's got that yellow angle roll in for 2 if this isn't perfect.
Wouldn't be surprised then, would we?
No.
You can.
Yep.
Hard.
Yep. You got room. You got room. You got room.
Yep. Each.
EJ.
Hard.
Yep.
EJ Harden.
Hard.
Yep. Line's good.
It's his carry.
Where are you? You're gonna
Back to
overcurl
it.
the yellow.
It's for him now.
Where do you want to go?
Yep.
Where do you want to go? And go they do,
Hey, that's
and to
pretty
the
good.
back edge. Have the button to sit the 2.
I think that's too bad. I think that's all right.
Pretty good. It was always over curl in the yellow, so I thought you might as well leave it high.
They're definitely 2, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I can follow that, to be quite honest, but...
If you hammered that onto there, the yellow would stay. Your yellow would roll in. Could you get that one to kick off of there? And it looks like it jams, Cheryl.
Probably the easiest shot. Just a board later.
Yeah, that's close, and they've seen it down that path.
If you play this. So
There's enough room.
I think
is it worth it?
Touches the 3.
Does
well,
this...
it's worth it.
I think, like, even if you hit it and you just graze this 3,
yeah.
I don't know, it might not, but...
Graze the 3 might be the I don't like the odds of stealing.
That's what I mean.
We got 60 seconds.
Throw this hard, hit half a stone.
I'd have to throw that real hard. Looks like you want to touch the 3. Okay.
You only have to move this one.
Yeah, I only got to move it.
Really good pickup by Brett Gallant here.
This is what really makes the decision for Team Gushue is their ability to steal against Northern Ontario.
As crazy hard as this looks, Cheryl, you can actually end up in this pocket with the thrown rock. And as long as that double's made, you win.
Yeah.
It's not that crazy, really.
Goes over and clips the second shot.
And how far do you have to move it? And the shooter should stay. The hard part's, can you make the red double?
Oh. Final stone. Right now it is Northern Ontario sitting the 2.
Yeah!
All about the line call. Gallant late licks. Come across. Bump it back. Oh, and underneath. And they touch that yellow again. So they have one for sure. They just may want to put a stick to it.
Man, that was so close.
You take a look. I think it's only one. One.
And one it is. So Canada
hair thinner.
Gets their single. We're tied at 6. Not quite. We're going to go one more.
The 2019 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Purex Bathroom Tissue. Find comfort in Purex. By Pioneer Hybrid, serving Canadian farmers for over 70 years. And by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures.
Well, Manitoba has picked up a win, 9-7 over BC. So Mike McEwen's record now is 5-5. Jim Cotter from Vernon, BC at 4-6. Of course, we have one more draw tonight after we finish this one. This one goes to an extra Northern Ontario and Team Canada. We're tied at 6, and Northern Ontario, the team from Sault Ste. Marie, the 2013 champions, the Olympic gold medal winners in Sochi in 14, skipped by Brad Jacobs, will have the last rock. They have the hammer, playing the Redstones.
It was just a fascinating end and could have gone either way.
Red, get over there.
Red.
Shot. Good boy, Pete.
What an entertaining 15 minutes there with that.
Was it ever?
Nothing safe with the liveliness of these stones, and Gushue nearly made a unbelievable shot there. I thought Ryan Fry deserved a lot of credit with. They were trying to freeze to that back Gushue stone, and it overcurled, and he didn't panic. Instead of sweeping it to keep the line, he put it in the next best spot, which stopped the easy run double for Gushue and forced him to a shot that wasn't quite there, maybe.
Good shot.
Same thing.
One tick done by Ryan. And you see when the tick is played how hard they get on the shooter to try to get it out of the way, as far out of the way as possible, because what happens when you have hammer is you end up, if you don't roll enough, then you've got no way to get in for your single.
Hard each. Whoa! Whoa! Yep! Whoa! Whoa! Red one.
Now they go hard on the red.
Go! 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 Go!
Spin.
Shot right.
All right.
Shot right.
Good.
In a perfect world, you'd love to be shot rock there, and then your skipper can roll out and you win the game. But still, 2 spectacular tick shots under the gun. The ice is, we talked, there's one night game where the ice slowed down just a little wee bit down the middle. It's not doing that in the last 4 or 5 games. It's just a spectacular surface.
No, that's funny. They talked about it before, halfway through the week.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Just cleaning. Just in between the broom and your feet. Want to curl? No, no, no. That's fine. Higher the better. Okay. Okay. Good.
Trying to put that in a spot that makes it tough for Northern Ontario to peel.
I think just try it over the top or even jam it.
Okay. Okay.
Third. Nice and straight.
You just don't ever want to jam this and roll it in for shot. We've seen it happen. It sounds like it's bizarre, but it does.
Ooh, PJ Harnden.
Whoa, yep.
A little bit of a wobble.
Whoa.
And still makes the shot.
Shot each. Played it safe.
Yeah, that's the way to call it. I'm sure it's happened to all of the skips out here once.
It's a mind game at this point for Jacobs, isn't it? Because you want to make that double, but you're in such a good situation here. You know, draw the 8-foot to win, or a wide open hit possibly to win. You don't want to make it worse. So you as he said, we played it safe.
Weight's good.
No, it's no less.
Same weight. Like slide better.
It's more. It's all more weight, guys.
Too. Okay. Okay. Stay with it. Get it on center line anyway. That's okay. That's good. Good.
Oh, it's tough on the players, of course. It's tough on those watching, as Jocelyn Peterman is there. Laura Walker, of course. Jocelyn is with Brett Gallant, Jeff Walker. Laura Walker, of course.
Yep. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Nope.
Fighting those nails just a little bit.
I don't know. You're doing something.
Oh.
All right. It's good. Okay.
Almost.
You spring that another foot to the left, and they're putting a guard on it.
Here, just over.
Okay.
Good speed here, hey boys.
Speed's good.
Yeah. Still nice. Just a little more than Brett.
I think it's half.
Well then, needs a curl. It's half. Mine is not very good.
Go a little. Get it moving. Get it moving. It's not too deep.
Need some curl
It's not
here.
quite half.
Hard.
Keep going. Keep going.
Hard. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. It's getting better.
Keep going.
Come on, Jeff.
Almost half.
Right across. All the way across.
Pretty good, Mark.
Okay. Pretty good. Looks like more than you.
If you can. Don't worry about it if you can't.
Pretty good spot because it might create an error. It might create a nose hit trying too hard to make that yellow double.
Lead. Oh boy.
Same weight, just maybe a half a rock over.
Yeah.
Same depth.
Yeah.
Same distance between the house and the ring and the hog line, just over a little bit more. And then to your point, Russ, it might create that opportunity there. You chase that double.
Mine's better.
It is better, yeah. It's coming down a little.
Still half.
How's line?
We're halfway.
Needs a curl, but I don't want it any deeper, Jeff.
We're halfway
it's
at
kind
least.
of 6 1, half dozen the other, so.
Nice
Okay,
spot.
Good.
Good throw, Mark.
Great weight.
It's crazy how close these teams are when you think about it. Alberta here, they're sitting home and cooled, undefeated, but they beat Wildcard on the last shot, and they beat Team Canada on the last shot. Northern Ontario's one loss was in an extra end. Like you can make a case that all 4 of those teams could be virtually undefeated.
Wow, and Alberta 9-0, and I would think they would agree that we haven't seen their best yet either at 9-0, which is interesting.
Like, I think we got to bring this one in probably even with this. Probably half a rock on this side.
Show them half?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think you can almost, yeah.
I like that.
I think we got to take a shot. Like, that's not going to win us the game.
No.
So
No.
He peels, and then
we got to go there. Yeah, I know, but
You're saying garden half, right?
yeah, half. But we got to be deep enough because otherwise he just does this, and then we can never come around, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I'd almost
Even
prefer
with
to
this?
be. I'd rather be like here than up there.
No, like if you get it here,
Right
if
there,
you get
top
it
of the
here, and you just got to
cups.
dick around with the center line a little.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's going to be a little tricky.
So again, just to confirm what's at stake here, both these teams are 8-1 coming in. Should Northern Ontario win it, they do have the last rock. That would set up tonight's game with Alberta to decide who finishes first.
I thought that second one was good.
If Team Canada should win this, then Alberta would be given and secure first place overall.
Top of the cup depth. Yeah. Probably just give me a little bit less. Yeah.
This isn't far off the path. They might need to draw
Right
the
now, it's
4
kinda
foot,
like
so
3 or
Northern
4
Ontario will have
kickers
to
out of the box.
really keep an eye on the speed here. That jam, that jammed it closer, could make a difference here. They tried to double and stuck it.
Line's
Line's
good.
good.
It was just biting full 12 before. It's that much closer now.
Well, and something for them to come around even if forced.
Jeff's rock.
Jeff's in.
Right there, Mark.
Yep.
Oh, easy. Line's good.
Yep, keep going. Yep.
Go a little bit. Right there, Mark.
Yep.
Finish it.
Yep.
Finish it.
Whoa,
Finish it.
whoa,
Finish it.
that's good. Whoa, whoa,
Nice
that's
spot,
good.
Brad. Oh boy.
Good.
Well done. Good spot.
Gave him a little bit more angle than I wanted, but
Good weight.
It's the old try to bait them into a mistake. They've got to hit it there. That's not far off dead on. If you happen to hit it dead on, it ends up here for a guard, and then Brad Gushu has a good guard to work with.
Yep. Yep. Go.
Hammer is valuable.
You bet.
Got something to work with now.
I think if we're there, he does. If we're there,
I think I'd prefer to see.
you know what I mean, Brett?
Bite the back of the T line kind of thing?
Yeah, I think if we're there, he takes the double on. I think here, he's drawing.
Yep.
That would be my belief. I think
fine,
we take the same path. It's pretty close, eh?
So that's how much of
That
an
gets us edge
advantage
on
that
edge.
jam and roll a little bit closer in, because that, as you said, that
Line.
rock was out on
Yeah.
the edge of the 12 foot.
Yes, and the best Brad could do is full 8, and then it gives Jacobs a pretty simple one.
Now you can flirt with getting a piece of the 4 foot. The draw becomes tougher.
No kidding. And the hit, if you show him half, it's, you know, hit and roll out, you lose.
Just clean up the path. And I think for Button, obviously he's taken there to get quite far over there. I think you're looking just.
Do you think he'll bite on this if they
A little less.
set up a double, or would you let him would you think Jacobs would draw?
I think he'll draw.
The only way he takes on the double is if it's a short distance apart and his shooter stays. If he's going to make the double and roll out, he's not going to try it.
Pretty good. I got a little heavy.
Yeah, if this didn't ever curl up enough, Brad's shot
Whoa, Brett.
might be wide open. You'd look at it.
And he's trying to get it, wrap it right around to the T line.
Jeff's in if you're going to sweep. Don't need a sweep. Needs a curl.
14 and a
Back
half.
4. Back 8.
It's really
Gets
it's,
good.
watch Jeff.
Whoa,
It's
Jeff. Whoa,
It's there,
Jeff.
though.
Let it stop.
There.
Whoa, Jeff.
It didn't hook for them quite enough, did it?
Just a couple feet heavier than he wanted to be.
Yeah, didn't curl up. And there you go.
Yeah.
It was heavy out of my hand.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, Brad.
It's a shade slower where Gushu through than I would guess where this one is. Mind you, they haven't been out this wide for a while. But it's
Good
all
speed here,
up to
Brad.
those two
It's a nice little positive.
horses on the front end here.
So it's all about putting it on the pin, being shot rock for Northern Ontario to set up a date with Alberta tonight in the final round robin draw to see who would finish
And who will finish first? And you're probably putting your money on it that he'll hit the lid.
Well, he made a beauty last end under pressure, but this is a different path.
Line's good.
Line's good, says Ryan Fry.
Easy, easy, boy.
EJ Harnden. Ryan Harnden. Take it easy.
Line's perfect.
Good piece of the 4.
It's in the good stuff.
And now they have to let it stop a little bit here. Got to step in the 4.
Give it a go, Mark.
Got to stop in the 4. Take it back. Oh, has it gone too far? No, it'll hang on to the back edge. Northern Ontario by that whisker will pick up the win, 7-6.
Good job, buddy.
It will go to 9-1. Team Canada 8-2. Watch this.
So good the ice is. Usually this time and the extra in, it's going to grind a bit. The ice is so good, it just kept going.
And Nichols was right there. Take it immediately. A little more, a little bit more, and it just stops. As he watches, Jacobs watches on the big screen. That's what I'm talking about. So here are the standings with 1 draw to go. These are your 4 teams that will advance. Alberta, Northern Ontario, Team Canada, and Wild Card. And coming up tonight, Alberta and Northern Ontario to decide who will finish first.
I'd say when we play against Team Cooey, the competitive juices are really flowing. Both teams want to win very badly, and with that comes with a lot of fire and intensity on the ice.
They're obviously fired up at the Brier, especially when you play them. I mean, they always seem when they get to the Brier to kind of find another gear, always at the top, and you know, we enjoy playing them.
And we'll enjoy watching them. And of course, if you're Kevin Cooey, you'd love to go through undefeated, be free and clear, then you'll get your choice of stones, and you'll also get the last rock. Jacobs, Cooey, Alberta, Northern Ontario will play for first tonight when we join you again at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. What a run it was for Ontario and Scott McDonald. We thank him for a wonderful week. 1 more draw to go. The final 4 have been decided. We'll sort it out tonight when we join you again at 8 Eastern Time as our coverage of the Tim Hortons Brier continues on Canada's sports leader, TSN.